welcome you to Boone, North Carolina. This is the home of the top-ranked Appalachian State Mountaineers. The NCAA Division I Football Championship quarterfinal at Kidd Brewer Stadium. The faithful are here looking for their team to win back-to-back titles. An 18-year-old freshman quarterback, Armonte Edwards, leads the way for the Mountaineers. They've won 25 in a row at home. They face the Montana State Bobcats, 4-1 on the road. They are here to take a shot at the defending champions. Appalachian State is the defending Division I football champion. With their balanced offense, the Mountaineers have won 11 straight, averaging 37 points a game. It has earned them a #1 ranking. Today, they face Montana State. It's the quarterfinals of the Division I football championship next. Championship presented on ESPN2 by Enterprise. Welcome, everybody. Montana State is on the road, taking on the #1 seed, Appalachian State. The Mountaineers are 11-1. Delighted to have you with us. Let's take a look at the bracketing. It is Appalachian State, Montana State in this one. They play the winner of Illinois State, Youngstown State. All of these games played today. Mass and New Hampshire, Southern Illinois, and Montana as they make their way to the championship team. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne with Andre Ware. Todd Harris down on the field will be joining us momentarily. We get set to go in a house here at the Rock that is doing just that, rocking. Appalachian State, it is all about their offense, the 4th best scoring offense in the nation. They got guys who can do it.
Yeah, it's their version of the triplets, Gary. They are magical offensively. It starts with their quarterback, the young freshman, Armonte Edwards. He has been unbelievable this year, 398 yards of total offense, 5 touchdowns accounted for in last week's ball game. He'll have plenty of help. Kevin Richardson on the outside. They'll get him the football in space, and he'll provide the spark on the run. Then on the outside, the big-time receiver, William Mayfield. He provides it in the pass game. A 1,000-yard rusher, a 2,000-yard passer, and a 1,000-yard receiver. They get it done.
That's when you go, yikes, if you're in defense. That's what Montana State hopes they're not going to have to do too much of today. Kind of a surprise team in the playoffs. They had to wait for an at-large berth. They are here, and obviously against Appalachian State, it is about D first.
Yeah, it's going to be about defense first for Montana State. Bobby Daly is the guy that they like to cut loose and make plays all around the field. 111 tackles. You see it there that leads the team. Next closest guy, only 58. Behind the center, though, Jack Rolovich, he's the guy that pulls the trigger, started the last 6 games for Montana State. And on the outside, they've got a big-time receiver of their own, Michael Jefferson. They all 6'2" of him. He just gets the ball in space. They'll line him up at tailback because they want to get it to him so bad.
Montana State justified the decision to put them in an at-large berth with a big win last week. Can they make it 2 in a row? That's what we're here to find out. And how about the home field advantage? We'll talk about it in a minute.
The NCAA Championships on ESPN.
That is the mascot here at Appalachian State. And that statue is just outside the entrance to the Rock, where the fans have gathered on a beautiful day. A magnificent early winter day. Temperature's going to be in the 40s by the time we get this one underway. And is there a home field advantage? We always talk about that in all of sports. How about it, Todd Harris?
Well, guys, we've been between the hedges. We've been to the swamp. We've been to Autzen Stadium where it's raucous. Welcome to the Rock. This place is situated at 3,333 feet above sea level. It seats about 16,000, but they pack in more than 20,000 on a regular basis. Oh, and by the way, they're on a 25-game home winning streak, which means the seniors on this team have never lost. But wait just a second. Montana State says, big deal. Our stadium's at over 5,000 feet, and when they left Bozeman the other day, the temperature was 10 degrees below zero, so they say, bring it on. The last team to come into this place and win at the Rock?
What?
That's right, the Maine Black Bears, home of none other than Gary Thorne.
Oh, Philistines to dear old Maine, shout till the raft. I had to do that.
I like it, big fella, the fight song, yeah.
A lot of people had bets on this, so I had to go ahead and do that. I don't know who won, but I got part of the Maine Stein song in.
I'm collected.
Thank you very much. Appalachian State is going to be in the black uniforms. Montana State will be in the white uniforms. Appalachian State is going to be kicking off Rush will do the kicking. Very little breeze here to start this game. It's been a windy last couple of days, but not right now for the start of this game. So Montana State's going to get it first, and we are underway. And a big booming kick. That's going to go to the back of the end zone, and Jefferson will decide we'll just down it right here. So they will bring it out to the 20, and we'll be underway, and we'll see what this offense of Montana State can do. There is the starting quarterback who earned the job up to the fourth game in, Jack Rolovich, who is a junior transfer from Hawaii.
Yeah, he's a guy that can really move the ball down the field, hit every area in the passing game. Watching him in pregame warm-up, boy, he can spread the football around, and it's a big-time arm from Jack Rolovich.
You can see this Montana State team has been a good team on the road, better offensively on the road than they were at home. Weather problems at home, their coaches say, is the reason why. They'll start the running game off the left side, and it's going nowhere. Big time hit at the line of scrimmage. Michael Jefferson, a wide receiver who will come around and carry the football. That time got met right at the line of scrimmage. Take a look at who we're going to see in this game. The running back situation, when you go with Taito, it is third on the list. They've had a running back problem all year.
Yeah, they've got some talent. Josh Lewis, they're getting him back from an injury, and he's back in the lineup.
Offensive line will have a job today because the front four can really go at it for Appalachian State. It'll be Taito in the backfield. Two receivers set to the near side on this second down and 10 for Montana State. Fake the draw. Rolovich is going to get hit behind the line of scrimmage. And the Appalachian State defense is hot. That is Omar Byram, who came in. These are the four who will charge into the backfield.
Yeah, and that's what they wanted to do, was get pressure with the front four guys. The linebackers here, you see him, Pierre Banks, a lot of speed on the outside along with Monty Smith. And then in the secondary, Jeremy Wiggins, the senior strong safety. He'll provide the help back deep, a four-year starter.
Appalachian State gives up virtually nothing on the ground, 103 yards per game this season, 11th best in the nation. First big third down play, 3rd and 11. Rolovich, big charge, trying to get away back at his own 7, and he'll just dump it. And what a first offensive charge by the defense. That was Byram who came in and put the pressure on, and the front four did exactly what Appalachian State's coaching staff had hoped they would do in the first series.
Yeah, when we talked to John Wiley, he said, we want to get pressure with just the four guys up front. And you hear a lot about the defensive ends, Marcus Morrell and Gary Tharrington. But, boy, they get pushed up the middle by Omar Byram as well. It could be a long day for Jack Rolovich.
Tyler Bolton does the punting. Now, they like to punt low. They do not allow a return. They try and punt the ball to the sideline or line drive it, just like that. It'll be touched up at the 49-yard line. Great field position as Appalachian State will start with a first down. That's only a 32-yard punt and no return on it. So a great defensive first effort for the home team to start this game. And there's an 18-year-old quarterback who just may be something to talk about for a long time.
I'll tell you what, he doesn't try to take too much on. He's just a guy that's kind of fit into a team with a lot of experience, coming off of a championship last year. And talking to him yesterday, boy, he was just calm as a cucumber, just waiting to get into this football game.
This team does not huddle. They haven't had a huddle for 3 years. We'll talk about that as we go along, but this is a hurry-up offense. A left-handed thrower got a man open in the seam, incomplete, heard footsteps. That's what they wanted to do. Corman was the man who was open. There's the offense. We've talked about Richardson, Mayfield. They're going to be a big part of the day.
Now you look at it, and in the middle here, Scott Suttle's their leader along that offensive line. A big group, but he's the guy they lean to in tight situations.
We were told yesterday by their coaching staff that they want to go right down the seams with the receivers to start this game. They believe that they can beat the defense of Montana State early with passes. Let's see whether or not they can. And he can also carry on the option. That ball is fumbled. Montana State a chance. I don't think they got it. Hang on.
I think Richardson got back on the football.
Big fumble, and it was loose, and I mean really loose for a while, but recovered by Appalachian State.
Yeah, just a zone read here, and they give the pitch, and the ball is out, and a lot of white jerseys for Montana State around the football, but unable to come up with it. It's going to kind of sit there for a while. You see it right there on your screen, and then all of a sudden, Kevin Richardson comes up with a football.
And it brings up a third down and long yardage. Third down and 12. 43% conversion rate on the year. 26th best in the nation on third downs. Edwards looking down the middle in the seam, wide open. All the way down to the 28-yard line, William Mayfield. The all-conference wide receiver hauls it in for a 25-yard gain.
Yeah, didn't think that Montana State would show man-to-man. You see it here. Going to cross in the middle of the field. Nice flat route. And then William Mayfield right there against man-to-man, showing the separation you need for Amani Edwards.
Mayfield's 53rd reception of the season. First down at 10. They will go straight ahead. Carried by Richardson, their best running back and one of the best in the nation. Lowe put the tackle on. This defense of Montana State's really got a job to do.
Yeah, you mentioned Clyde Lowe. He's their best guy along the front four. Bobby Daly in the middle of that defense. We talked about him, 111 tackles on the season coming in.
There you see the whole team. Appalachian State looking to the sideline here. You see the secondary. We expect the secondary of Montana State to see a lot of these wide receivers going against them on the fly in what will be one-on-one man-to-man matchups. Looking back, Edwards dumps that one on the screen at the 25 and all the way down to the 12-yard line. Kevin Richardson, you can see why he has had 5 100-plus yard rushing games. He gets 14 on that one.
Yeah, this is the type of offense you don't want to have mistakes against, and if you get opportunities defensively, you have to take advantage. Missing on the fumble recovery, they make you pay. They can get yardage in big chunks.
And they don't give the defense any time to get set with this no-huddle offense. You have got to be ready because they'll do it in a hurry. You see the line calls being made by Scott Suttle, number 66. Edwards looking to the end zone. He's got a lot of room up to the 10-yard line, driven out of bounds just shy of the 10. Good recovery in the secondary by Ryan Force, the senior out of Oregon, who moved in and drove him out.
Yeah, Kevin Richardson was a walk-on guy. You may have saw the graphic before. Was a walk-on in 04, but earned a partial scholarship. All he did, Gary, was turn it into the Southern Conference Player of the Year this season. Over 1,200 yards rushing, and has had a fantastic junior year.
He is very tough to bring down after he gets the football. You watch that center, Scott Suttle, 66, all day, standing up, pointing. He's the one who makes the line calls. Handoff, Richardson. Look at him pull down to the 3-yard line. Close to a first down. They can get the first down, and they'll stop the clock to take a look at the markers. Butch Stovall, our referee, the Ohio Valley Conference, the officials from that conference for today's game.
Just watch the hole in the middle of the field. Suttle and those big guys just provide just a crease for Kevin Richardson. He's that kind of guy. He doesn't have to have a big gaping hole, just a little crease in the middle.
First and 10. Now they look to the sideline again for the call. Down along the line, Edwards yells it out. It is a first down and goal from the 3-yard line. Richardson heading in. Richardson, touchdown! And for the first time this year, Montana State gives up a touchdown on the opposition's first scoring drive.
Well, you'll see it here, just a nice little underneath the zone read. Defensive ends go out wide, and they give it to Kevin Richardson underneath. He gets tremendous push up front. Kerry Brown, Scott Suttle, those big guys in the middle of the offensive line for Appalachian State, providing just enough room.
Richardson, his 21st touchdown rushing, new school record. The extra point kick is up, and it is good by Roche. There is Richardson showing you why he won that honor. 8 plays, 51 yards, took 247. In the subdivision of NCAA football, and then they went on to sweep the rest of the season, win the Southern Conference, and be seated number 1 here in the Division I playoffs. Again into the end zone. Again, Michael Jefferson, who can return it, will not have a chance on a good deep kick. Let's check in with Todd Harris. Todd.
Well, Gary, it's getting a little chilly down here, so I was looking for some headgear kind of stuff, and I thought I'd grab this hat, and look what's underneath it. What do you know? A Division I AA National Championship trophy. This is what they're playing for. The folks here at The Rock are looking for the repeat. It's kind of a strange place to put a national championship trophy. trophy. I don't know, maybe it's just me.
I'm surprised it's not making its way through the student section down there.
It did earlier in the day. It made its way all the way around here. They're hoping, of course, their team can do it again. Now Montana State, they had a 3-and-out the first time around. Tahito is in the backfield. 2 receivers split and a couple of tight ends way offside on the rush. Incomplete, but the flag is down. You saw the blitz was on from the near side, and I think that's going against Morrell.
Just got a little too fast off the
offside. Number 44 defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
We know many of you will talk about, will be listening to the nomenclature we're using. As of the end of November, it has changed. It's the Bowl subdivision, formerly known as 1A. That, of course, will be determined their champion, the BCS system. This is the championship subdivision, formerly known as 1AA, with the champion determined by this playoff that we're in now, with the final coming in Chattanooga on December 15th. That's why we'll be referring to the teams differently than you have heard in past years.
Pretty good way to find the champion, right?
There you go.
On the field in the playoff.
Another whistle, long count, and again a jump. This one, I think, may go the other way.
Well, you give it, you give it back. You get one, and you give it right back. The big fella.
Dead ball foul.
Joe
False
Hurst.
start. Number 73 defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
He's a team captain, a 4-year starter, and you wonder if things are getting to him a little bit here at the Rock.
25th consecutive start for Joe Hurst. One of the concerns of Montana State is that the crowd not interfere with the line calls going on. They fake the reverse, gets dumped, and a big loss inside the 10-yard line. And I mean this Appalachian State defense, Morrell leading the charge there. They are in the backfield.
Well, you're going to see Marcus Morrell right here. He's actually getting double teamed. They try to keep the tight end, Elliott Barnhart, in to help him out, but still, he's beating a double team. Joe Hurst is going to have his hands full, and talking to the coaching staff, he's their best pass blocker. Matched up against Morrell, it looks like Morrell's cheating right now.
Man, second down, long yardage here. Second down and 20 now out of the shotgun. They're going to run the draw. Up to the 15, the 20. They get back to the original line of scrimmage. Tahito, who is the sophomore running back, has had very few carries on the season. He gets 12 there. He's third on the depth chart because Montana State lost their supposed #1 runner before the season ever really got started.
Yeah, we'll see Aaron Mason in there as well. And I thought that was a good call by Don Bailey. When you want to offset a fast, speedy defense, screens and draw plays are a way to do it, Gary.
Big yardage here, 3rd down and 8. This has been a problem area. They've converted only 28% of 3rd down conversions in the year, 109th in the nation. Over the middle, that one could have been caught at the 40-yard line. That was Jefferson, who kind of stopped his route.
Yeah, and Jack Rolovich had a little bit more time than he had given himself. He kind of rushed the throw a little bit, steps up in the pocket fine, but then just kind of rushes the throw to Michael Jefferson, who was coming open in the middle of the field.
There you see the head coach, Michael Kramer, 6 years head coach at Eastern Washington. Before moving on, Montana State not happy about the offense. That's gone 3 and out now twice. Tyler Bolton will do the kicking back at his own 10. Again, they try and line drive it, and they line drive it into a block punt. And it's going to be Appalachian State with the football inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you try to line drive kicks and keep the returner from returning the football. You get any kind of penetration. Look at this right here. Just up the middle and nice. You come right back into the rush of the defense, and you don't get any height on the football. It's coming out as a line drive. And number 85 for Appalachian State, Dominic Wilson, is the guy that comes up with that big block, and they're going to start this possession at point-blank range.
Wow, a big blocked kick. Appalachian State already up, scoring on their first possession. Dominic Wilson with the block gives them great field position. 1st and 10 out of the no huddle. Everybody looks to the sideline. 2 coaches, one of them who is a deke and the other one actually giving the signs. That's how they pick them up. Edwards is going to carry, and he will get it up to the 15, maybe up to the 14-yard line. And let's check in with Reese Davis. Reese.
Gary, the ACC championship game, Wake Forest 1 second away from their first ACC title since 1970.
Wake Forest writing one of the great stories of the year. That one straight ahead up to the 4-yard line. That is Kevin Richardson, who scored the first touchdown. LeBlanc put the hit on the strong safety.
The freshman quarterback Skinner at Wake Forest having a heck of a season, and just one of college football's fantastic stories this year at Wake Forest.
Appalachian State looking to put another one in. They've got a first down and goal. Richardson on the carry. Touchdown! He carries it into the end zone. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, both of them going to Kevin Richardson.
Well, they scored a lot of points in the first half, and we talked to quarterback coach Scott Satterfield, who actually calls the plays. He says, we're going to come into this football game with 3 running plays. The spread option, the zone read, which you saw there, and a draw play. And I'll tell you what, that's all they need so far when you have Gary Richardson.
22nd rushing touchdown for Richardson. The extra point kick. Rush gets it up, and it is good. So the high-powered offense of these defending champions on display in their first 2 drives. They took advantage of that block kick inside the 20 to get their second. And it's looking mighty good right now for the home team of the Blue Ridge Mountains as well. Christmas gifts coming early. 2 touchdowns in a matter of 3 minutes and 8 seconds. This Appalachian State team has scored 42% of their touchdowns on drives that have taken under 3 minutes.
Well, you got to find a way to protect the passer if you're Montana State. Jack Rolovich, I mean, under a lot of heat early in this football game. It's kind of pick your poison with those 2 defensive ends for Appalachian State when you talk about Gary Tharrington, and he hadn't gotten in on the sack party yet. But Marcus Morrell has been all over the quarterback.
And Roush, for the 3rd time, kicks it to almost the exact same spot where Jefferson will down it yet one more time. So for the 3rd time, they'll come out to the 20. Montana State will to start. And we'll check in with Reese Davis. Reese.
Gary, coming up in just a few moments on ABC, John David Booty trying to lead the Southern California Trojans into the national championship game by beating UCLA. Kickoff coming up on ABC in just a bit.
An enormously important game for that other subdivision, the bowl subdivision. Montana State has had only 6 plays. They've gained 1 yard so far. They've got to find an offense. Michael Jefferson in the backfield is the man in motion. They roll it to his side and get it to him in a nice one-arm catch. He hauls that one in at the 27-yard line. Jefferson came around from the backfield and out that time.
That's a good way to buy yourself some time and kind of help in protection, is to roll the quarterback and roll him away from where the pressure's coming from. And they actually go to Morrell and double team him on the end, kind of secure the end of the line of scrimmage and allow Rolovich to complete the football.
Now they're bringing Aaron Mason in. He has been injured, a knee injury. He's called the X Factor by their coaching staff. He wears number 25. He's the guy they'd like to have in as their starting running back, but he's not 100%. We'll see how much he plays. Rolovich out of the shotgun on the 2nd down and 4. We're going to find out early. Mason's going to try and turn the corner. He dies 30. He's got the first down before he's hog-tied down by a lot of dark jerseys. Now you see why they want Aaron Mason in there. He has got some gump, not big. Monte Smith brought him down.
And they go once again away from Marcus Morrell, the big-time defensive end for Appalachian State. And he's a guy, Aaron Mason, we watched him in warm-up. He was getting around pretty good, talking to the coaching staff this week. Said he wasn't 100%, but he was going to go. He's already set a Montana State freshman rushing record with 573 yards on the season coming into today's ballgame.
And he's only 18 years old. We had a couple of 18-year-olds, one on each side of the football. Mason will stay in there. He averages 4.3 a carry.
Uncovered. He was wide open if you could just get to him fast.
Big rush. Sack back to the 20-yard line. And that's not uncommon for this team. Omar Byram, they said of him yesterday, we need a rush. Out of number 95 from Winston-Salem. Well, they just got one.
Yeah, he doesn't win that the battle of looks. He's just 6'2", 255, but I'll tell you, he will stand in there and fight those larger offensive linemen, and you see how athletic he is once he gets by him. It's speed inside, nice quick move, getting the quarterback on the ground. Omar Byram.
They've got
some good football early.
Look at this, 3 sacks already, Andre, and Montana State's only in their 3rd possession of the football, and they're going to have to use a timeout here. They wanted a timeout. The clock was running down. They've got one first down. They've got to try and find a way to hang on to that football as Appalachian State's taking the early 14-0 lead.
You got it.
Is that the one that's way up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Andre Ware loved it so much here yesterday. Went out and bought that for us. We appreciate it.
Sit right out on the porch.
Look at that.
And get a nice view of the rock.
If you got some good binoculars, you can look right down to the top of that mountain peak. All right, a timeout taken by Montana State. They got the football back. Michael Jefferson, wide receiver, is going to work out of that backfield again. He's been there a number of times already in this football game. Rolovich with a second down in long yardage 19. He's been sacked 3 times. Look at those dark jerseys come through. And he will just lob that one into the sideline and just barely got it out of bounds. Let's check in with Todd Harris. Todd.
Well, Gary and Andre, during that last time out, head coach Mike Kramer made a beeline for his quarterback, Jack Rolovich. He said right away, he says, you've got to bring more energy. You've got to get more energy in your game. Quit standing back there and standing on your heels. More energy. That's what I've got to have from you. I think he hit that one right on the head.
Yeah, because as the quarterback of the football team, all the offensive players kind of rely on you. And if they see your body language in any kind of negative way, they start to play the way the quarterback plays. He's got to continue to stay positive under the center and fight through this tough time for Montana State.
They had a 31-13 win against Furman last week, and Rolovich had a big day, 18 for 33 with a touchdown, 272 yards. Rolovich again got to play the screen near side at the 20 with nowhere to go. This defense is so tough. That is Donnell Wheaton, the slot receiver. He makes his 52nd reception of the year, but there was nowhere to go after he got it another 4th down.
There's a guy that transferred from UNLV, had 6 receptions last week in last week's ball game for 88 yards and a touchdown, but I'll tell you, it's been tough right now. If I'm Montana State, I got to get some quick throws, get the football out, 3-step drops, and allow Rolovich to get it out fast as well. Change the snap count a little bit. Try to drop Appalachian State offsides, or at least keep them off balance.
Last punt was blocked. Bolton gets that one out of there. It'll be taken at the 49-yard line and carried back over midfield by Jeremy Wiggins. So once again, a play will start on this side of the 50, which is the Montana State side. It's going to happen again. Let's check in with Reese Davis. Reese.
Gary voted to finish last in their division in the.
And congratulations to Wake Forest for finishing off, for the moment at least, the great story. And now they'll move on to the bowl.
Not a lot of people have had a pick to win the ACC to start the season.
Appalachian State, this is school body left. Hits the 40-yard line and out of bounds as he gets down to the 39. That is James Hill, a wide receiver, a sophomore who came from that far side. And a ton of blockers out in front of him.
Well, this Appalachian State offense, they like to change tempos, and it's 4 of them that you see here. They'll signal in a play and just kind of hang around. The Indy is when they go Indy, you'll hear them screaming it out, and they get to the line, but then try to make the defense commit and then back out. And Jet is one where they just call the play and go like they did on the previous play.
They go in a hurry here. Amarte Edwards this time out of that shotgun, and he'll carry it himself. Good coverage, but he's so fast. He gets it up to the 33-yard line. Tyrone Henderson put the tackle on. Andre?
Yeah, just to finish it up, scan is the last and final tempo change that they like to use. They'll call the formation and just kind of stand at the line of scrimmage, see what the defense is giving you, then signal in a play and go ahead and run it. But they change tempos as good as anybody in their conference or in the nation. And just to keep defenses off balance, it also allows them to keep the personnel defensively that they want, so they can formation you into the plays that they want to run.
There you see the call was made from the sideline once. They came to the line of scrimmage, looked at the D, decided if they wanted to stay with it. Edwards on a 1st and 10, looking downfield. Edwards getting rushed. Sideline, he'll just throw that one away. Good decision by Edwards that time. He had nowhere to go. And this dual threat, he can pass the football. He runs for 6.1 per carry. When he rushes, he is very tough to defend.
Well, if you're Montana State, you got to go ahead and they're just too fast to play man-to-man against them. So get some nice, good zone drops, but you still have to get some pass rush from the front 4 guys up front and get in the face and make Armani Edwards read the defense. He's just a freshman. Make him read the defense and throw into creases.
You see how tough their offense is and how many yards they pile up. Richardson, who's had the touchdowns on the carry, shy of a first down, but he will take it down to about the 27-yard line. Tyrone Henderson moved in and put the hit on Richardson. And boy, he is fun to watch. This guy carries the football. He'll drag 2 or 3 tacklers with him on almost every play. And they want him to touch the football, Andre, about 25 times a game.
Yeah, that's ideal. 20 to 25 touches when you talk to Scott Satterfield is ideal for Kevin Richardson.
And that can be either in a rushing situation or passing.
They screen to him, they reverse to him. They like to just get the football in his hands any way they can possibly do it.
And look at this offensive set as they've got 4 to the near side. Big hit, and that'll be incomplete. A good rush put on that time by Bobby Daly, who's their big middle linebacker who makes all those tackles out of Helena, Montana. Put the rush on that time.
Yeah, he's got 4 sacks on the season. You're going to see him come from the blind side of Amani Edwards. He never saw him coming, and just that's what when you commit to blitzing or bringing some players, you've got to get there. Otherwise, you leave yourself exposed in the secondary.
It is a 4th down. They're going to go for it. They're 12 for 21 in 4th down conversions. They've got a 4th down here in 6. They lead it 14 to nothing. So Appalachian State says, why not? 3 receivers near side and 2 to the far side. No rush. Montana State on the coverage, and oh, that should have been intercepted right into the hands of LeBlanc. Marcus LeBlanc had that one, and he would have had some yardage if he'd held on to it.
Yeah, it would have been his 4th interception on the season, and it would have been 6 points. Reads the eyes. Nice zone dropping right there. He is off and running. You see nothing but green grass in front of him. I'll tell you what, 2 opportunities for this Montana State defense. The fumble that Kevin Richardson had on the first possession. They get it back. They go down and score. And there, an interception that would have gone for a touchdown, Gary. You've got to make the most of those opportunities against a good football team like Appalachian State.
Montana State told us yesterday one of the 2 things they were looking for was early turnovers to help them out. They've had an opportunity in this game twice now and have not been able to get them. The other thing, big plays from their receivers. A lot of chatting going on over on the sideline for Montana State, and obviously about how important it would have been to hang on to that football and do something with it. However, the defense holds on the 4th down attempt, so Montana State will get it back. There's a lot of chatting going on down on the field amongst these players. If you've been watching, you've seen a couple of scrums, a couple of pushing sessions, and I think the officials have made a couple of warnings here.
2:41.
They want to check the clock. That's the reason for the delay. This is a very intense football game because this is one of those situations where the loser's gone. The loser season is over.
Right, and Mike Kramer talking to Marcos LeBlanc. We'll give you a shot at it and a look. A little extra after the play or during the play. That's why he got himself a good talking to after.
Montana State with the football. Good blocking on the near side as they'll run that one up to the 34-yard line. That is Aaron Mason. He, too, as we said, 18 years old, could make a difference. There's the man who almost had the intercept.
Yeah, he almost had the interception, but after the play, you're going to see just a little bit extra right here. He turns around and a little jawing going on, and that right there will get you thrown out. Just a nice little punch, and you see his teammates trying to get him off the field. Of course, Coach Mike Kramer met him on the sideline and said, hey, we can't have that. That'll get you set down for the game and kicked out, maybe a suspension, and that might carry over into next year.
Here's a 2nd down and 5 for Montana State. They powering it to the right side, over the 35 and up to the 40-yard line, and that is Aaron Mason again, and a penalty flag on a late hit. And again, the intensity level here continues high. That came over as he went out of bounds.
It's going to be a
holding call
against Montana State. One of the outside edge players for Montana State, a receiver along that sideline, just holding on a little bit too long, and you're going to watch when we replay this that he was already past the 1st down marker, and then the flag comes out well after he had already picked up the 1st down.
That is a holding call.
Number 1 offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
That was Donnell Wheaton, the slot receiver over there who was blocking. They did not need that penalty. So Montana State will lose the 1st down, and it's a 2nd and 9.
Actually, you'll see here as Mason turns up the football field right there. That's kind of nitpicking.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's going out of bounds. That doesn't make sense to me.
Got to go into the shotgun here on the 2nd down and long yardage. Rolovich, 3 receivers to the left side. 51% pass completion during the year, and all the way back to the 25-yard line as he slams the football down, and a flag comes because of it.
And it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct right here. Just a little bit extra by Omar Byram, number 95, who's having a heck of a game for Appalachian State defensively. Yeah, unsportsmanlike, a little bit too much going on after the play, and the officials are trying to get a handle on this. You saw the exchange between LeBlanc and Byram on the field earlier. One was coming off and the other coming on the
Dead ball
field.
foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. Number 95. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. First down.
It is a first down. So there's the first break that Montana State has had in this football game, as the penalty came after the sack had been put on.
Well, you're going to see the middle receiver here run about a 15-yard out, and he's going to come wide open if Jack Rolovich is able to get some time. You see it? Look at the area right there, just wide open. And it's number 88, his big-time receiver, Michael Jefferson, comes open, but Rolovich, once again, not time to throw the football.
Hand off on the first down carry is straight ahead for a couple of yards. That is Aaron Mason, who did not start the game at that running back position, but they're going to test that bad knee and bring him in here. He's their leading ground gainer at about 64 yards a game.
Well, you mentioned it. You know, you lose, you go home. You could be hurt during the offseason, but right now, your teammates need you. If you can giddy it up and saddle up and ride for two more games, we got to have you.
Jock Roman comes in a middle linebacker for Appalachian State. Cam Spear coming out of there on a second down and 9 passing situation. They're looking to the far sideline. It'll be caught, but there won't be much of a gain. No, incomplete. Dropped it. And that was only at the line of scrimmage where it was caught anyway, as they had Mason coming out of the backfield.
You know, you're trying to throw 5-step, 7-step drops. Go ahead and get him some. You got to get his confidence back. He's getting tremendous pressure right now. 2 of 6 on the afternoon, and only 6 yards to go along with it. Give him some easy throws. Nice, quick 3-step drops. Get the football out and build your quarterback's confidence at this point in time.
Rolovich not the starter at the beginning of the season. He has gone 5-1 as a starter since taking over. The only loss came to the Grizzlies of Montana in their conference championship game. Rolovich has some time, and it will be caught, but is it out of bounds? Yes. Out of bounds down at the 40-yard line. Donnell Wheaton, and Rolovich will head to the sideline.
And that's what happens when you get to 3rd down and 9 or 3rd and long. You're forced to try to go and get the first down right there. And now Appalachian State defensively, they can bring a little bit more pressure, play some man-to-man, and that's close. Boy, he did an excellent job of just about getting his feet down, Donnell Wheaton.
They've had only 16 plays. All of them have been in their own territory today. And Bolton's got to come out to kick again. And again, that low line drive kick, that's their specialty. Handled at the 24-yard line and boxed in all the way back to the 20. Jeremy Wiggins. So Wiggins taken down on good coverage. Wiggins, the punt returner, unable to go anywhere with it. College basketball continues on ESPN2 tonight. The Georgetown Hoyas taking on the Duke Blue Devils. It's college basketball, ESPN2, 7 o'clock Eastern time tonight.
And I just thought on that 2nd down and long for Montana State, you got the opportunity to get you a nice quick throw and pick up 4 or 5 yards, maybe 6, and get yourself to 3rd down and short, where you're moving a change, you're eating a little clock as well, and you keep the football out of the hands of this high-powered Appalachian State offense.
Appalachian State in the dark uniforms here at home, and they've got the football 1st down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Richardson finds room to the 30. And Richardson will take it up to the 32-yard line before Ryan Force hits him. If you do not get him the first time, it's a long way between 1st and 2nd chances against Richardson, an 11-yard gain.
Yeah, when they run that zone play, they can break it front side, or he can break it all the way back. And there he came backside with it and found a nice little crease.
So Appalachian State has the lead 14-0 as the first quarter comes to an end here at the Rock. This team that went 7-0 in their conference, off to a big start here. Richardson has scored both of the touchdowns on the ground, and their defense has held Montana State to 16 plays in their own territory. Has proven it. Richardson with the 2 touchdowns on the ground for the 14-0 lead, and Appalachian State again with that hurry-up offense. No huddle. 3 receivers to the near side. Armonte Edwards out of the shotgun. Send the man in motion. They fake to Richardson. Good coverage. Now the rush is on. And he fumbles the football. And it'll be picked up and controlled by Montana State. And they will finally get the football in the opponent's end of the field for the first time today. Lowe comes away with it. Their senior left end, a 3-year starter.
And he applied the pressure that got to Amani Edwards right there. And you see Bobby Daly actually caused the fumble. Right here, just get on the football. You've already blown one opportunity early in this football game for a nice fumble recovery and some excellent field position. Just get on the football.
Now, do something with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see he's got a cushion here, cushion here. You can throw some nice 3-step drop, some nice routes on the outside.
Rolovich on the pitch to the line of scrimmage, and maybe a yard for Aaron Mason, who's become their leading carrier. That's his 5th carry for 18 yards. Roman moved in and put the hit on.
Yeah, just a lot of bodies inside defensively for Appalachian State. And that's why I think the plays to be made are going to be on the outside. See all the bodies in here. The cushion and the weakness of the defense is on the outside. You got to have some confidence that your quarterback can get back, get set, get the football out on a 3-step drop. And they've got a big-time receiver in Michael Jefferson. Get the football to him or find a way to get it to him.
3 receivers with Mason staying in that backfield. Rolovich, the junior quarterback, 2 steps in the middle, open, and that will be caught, still up at the 25, down to the 20, 15-yard line and out of bounds. Donnell Wheaton, the senior, on the reception, his 53rd catch of the year, 24 yards.
Yeah, it was a nice quick drop you see from the quarterback, and Wheaton right in a vacated area, and then right here after the catch. That's what quarterbacks like, the yards after the catch. They help those stats out a little bit, Gary.
Yeah, and boy, the coaches like it. That's where you pick up some big-time extra yardage. There you see the possessions.
Already picking up. You see the 4 punts, 1 of them blocked, 4 sacks allowed. Right now, this is their best drive, Montana State.
Rolovich could get back into this game. Mason on the carry, and he is bowling, and that knee doesn't look like it's hurting him. He takes it down to the 6-yard line as Wose moved in. Justin Wose put the hit on, a 3-year starter at cornerback.
Well, I like to watch the body language of players when they trail in football games, or especially when there's a momentum switch. And right now, the body language of Aaron Mason, that run, he's taking it to the defense. Right now, they know there's a sense of urgency. They can smell the end zone. Here comes Montana State.
Well, he's had 6 carries for 26 yards that he did not start. 30 red zone trips. They've had 15 TDs. Montana State has. They're in the red zone now. And Mason's their man. But this time he squirts free. And he gets down to about the 4-yard line.
Like the call, 2nd down and short. You get an opportunity to pick up the 1st down. The big guys up front, you get them involved as well. They're going to have an opportunity, though, to hit something on the outside. You see him right here. He's not a big guy, 5'10", 181 pounds. Can hide behind those offensive linemen and then find himself a crease. But if they formation the exact same way, they've got Wheaton and Jefferson on the outside, one-on-one coverage, because you see all those bodies in the middle of the formation for Appalachian State.
Well, Mason had 7 touchdowns during the year, going for another one. Carries it in. Touchdown! And Montana State is on the board, and the X factor has become a known factor in this game as the non-starting running back Aaron Mason, an 18-year-old freshman playing with a bad knee, takes it home.
Boy, and I like there was no hesitation right there. He got the football and got it going north and south. And Don Bailey, the offensive coordinator, his attitude right now is we're going to allow the big guys up front to physically get us back in the football game, and they're going to do it running the football.
Daly caused that fumble that gave them possession.
Offense, those penalties offset. The touchdown is good.
Offsetting personal fouls with a touchdown stands.
Yeah, a little extra still going on between players, but that's the guy, Bobby Daly, their big middle linebacker, who caused the fumble on the quarterback sack of Amani Edwards, and then put Montana State in business in great field position.
Now that's a huge touchdown, because this thing looked like Appalachian State was going to just blow it away. And now Montana State says, wait a minute, we're still in this football game. And they are. Hastings comes out. Senior kicker. Bad snap. Good hold. It is up and it is good. Credit Corey Carpenter with a fine recovery. The holder that time. It is a 14-7 football game.
Enterprise rental car.
7 total yards. So that fumble recovery after Daly had knocked it free. You saw the youngster, the 18-year-old, out of the backfield. There he is, score the TD.
A couple of things have happened for Montana State. They figured out defensively what they can do to kind of slow down this Appalachian State offense. On offense, they found a way to run the football, and they've gotten to some quick stuff from Jack Rolovich, which allowed that big pass, the 24-yarder, to Wheaton, which kind of softened up this App defense. And now they figured some things out. It's a good job of coaching by Mike Kramer and his coaching staff.
Let him back in there. Eric Fisher will do the kicking for Montana State. This is going to be returnable as it's taken at the 10-yard line by James Hill. And Hill will bring it back up to the 24, and the pushing and shoving continues. There have been a lot of feelings between these two teams in this game, and they've never met before. This is the first time in a long history.
Well, it's playoff time.
Yeah, it's playoff time.
And it's cold, so you got to keep moving.
You always say it's
That's
cold.
right. You
because
gotta
you're
keep
from
yourself
Houston.
moving
It's not
warm.
cold. Yeah, it's 50-something degrees here today. It's not cold.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I see you have your jacket on.
I just have my sport coat on. I don't have the big one on there. All right, it'll be a first down at 10. Now the Montana State defense try and get it done again, and another personal. Boy.
Dead ball, personal foul. Number 13 on the return team.
Boy,
Penalized will be half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
Jerry Moore was jumping mad down there.
When you go on the road, if you're Montana State, you're going to have to kind of survive the wave of a good football team at home like Appalachian State. They get off to a nice 14-0 run on you. You just hang in there, stay in there, cover yourself up, and then throw a few punches of your own, and they're back in this football game.
And that's the way Montana State has played all year. Very steady, regardless of the circumstances. Richardson breaks free to the 20-yard line and slipped after he got by the first down marker. He tried to cut back. Artificial turf gave out on him there, but you see how troublesome it is to get Kevin Richardson down.
Well, they're getting penetration up front, and Will Claggett had him and just kind of turned his back and forgot to wrap his arms around Kevin Richardson. He's not the kind of back that you're just going to bump into him and he's going down. He's small, compact, at 5'9", 190, and has tremendous strength and can break tackles.
24th in the nation in rushing per game with 102 yards, averages 5.5 a carry. Straight ahead on the second down and short yardage. They did not give them the first down on the spot. Richardson, though, will pick it up. Will Claggett, the strong side linebacker, put the hit on him.
Yeah, just wanted to pick up the first, but I'm one. If it's second down and short, guess what I'm doing? I'm going to try to go over the top, because I feel like on third down we can run the football for 1 yard, pick up the first down, but I'm going to take the shot on second down and short.
A balanced offense. Appalachian State, they are 9th in the nation in rushing, 58th in passing, 4th in scoring, the numbers we showed you earlier. And now this Montana State defense is trying to react and adjust to get it done. Good hit on the reception. That'll be at the 29-yard line, well shy of a first down. That's William Mayfield, the all-conference wide receiver. Andre Fuller put the hit on the right cornerback.
He's been playing with cracked ribs for the last 2 weeks, and you see him, kind of a little round around the middle. That's that flap jacket that you have to wear when things aren't going so well, or people are playing a tune on your ribs, and that's showing some toughness. And during playoff time, you're going to step up and play with some cracked ribs.
This one is taken out of the shotgun. Edwards near side. That'll be completed for the first down. And the tackle made it about the 40-yard line. And again, Mayfield moving in. Edwards on the completion. LeBlanc on the hit. And we'll check in with Todd Harris.
Well, Gary, you guys have talked about Armani Edwards and what a talent he is. He came here as an athlete. He came in the summer camp, the two-a-days, not even on the depth chart. When the two-a-days were over, he moved up to second on the depth chart. And by the second game, he was a starting quarterback. Consider this. This is a 25-game winning streak here. They turned the reins over to a freshman. He is 10-0 as a true freshman starting for Appalachian State.
Yeah, they compare him to a smaller Pat White, at the outstanding West Virginia quarterback. And I'll tell you what, he can move around and make some plays.
He's a great quarterback. Interception made, and that's going to be Montana State again. It is LeBlanc He didn't get the first one where he could have caught it. He gets that one, and Montana State has got the football back.
Yeah, he tries to go to the inside receiver and throws the football a little bit too high. And Marcos LeBlanc, you'll see him right here in zone drop. Nice little high throw. It's actually too high. And then right here, picking the football off, Montana State with excellent field position. Weathering the storm once again.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden coming back with a couple of blows of their own.
LeBlanc gets his 4th interception of the year. He leads the team. And how about the Montana State team? That was Donnell Wheaton on the near side looking to the fans of Appalachian State with his arms up like, go ahead, make some more noise.
They like it on the road.
Getting serious, they do. And there's the young man who's made the difference. That is Aaron Mason. He has been, since he came into the football game, the whole complexion of momentum has changed.
Well, it's because he's provided the spark in the run game, which takes away from that serious, massive pass rush that Appalachian State had early in this football game. They wanted to throw the football. And we talked to him, to coordinator Don Bailey, the offensive coordinator. He said, we want to throw to be able to run. Well, guess what? In football, it's a game of adjustments. Now you got to run to be able to throw, and that's what's happened with this Montana State offense.
9 carries, 39 yards, and a touchdown for Aaron Mason. Mason in the backfield. This time Rolovich wants to pass. He wants to go deep. Man open down near the 20-yard line and out of bounds. That is Michael Jefferson. That's the all-conference receiver. Their leading receiver on the year, first down.
And we talked about it again. The ability to run the football has helped Montana State in pass protection. Now, you show a little play action right here. You're going to hold the defensive lineman and the linebackers, and a nice corner route by Michael Jefferson, getting himself down the field, freeing himself up. But it's the play fake, holding everybody inside, making them think run to allow you to throw the football down the field.
That is a 21-yard gain. Jack Rolovich, the quarterback, now finding his sights here in the passing game. They slot it to the right side, fake the reverse, go straight ahead with it, and that'll be carried for a couple of yards by Mason, and we're going to check in with Reese Davis. Reese.
All right, guys, another championship subdivision quarterfinal game. UMass taking on New Hampshire. UMass's Liam Cohen to Brandon London. London going to pick his way and power through a couple of tackles to stretch. Touchdown. And with that, UMass taking the lead, and late in the third quarter is 21-17. Fourth quarter now, Montana has the lead over Southern Illinois, 13-3.
And here it's going to be carried to the near side and standing into the 15-yard line. About a couple-yard gain for Aaron Mason again, well shy of the first down. It'll be spotted at the 16-yard line. So Montana State trying to drive for that second TD on consecutive series to get this football game tied up.
Looking at that UMass New Hampshire game, one of my favorite coordinators in all of college football, Chip Kelly over at New Hampshire. Well, you talk about a guy that knows how to call a football game and run an offense. He's unbelievable.
Big third down right here. Rolovich out of the shotgun has 4 receivers. Third down. Goes to the sideline near the marker. It is incomplete. You can see what happened there. Michael Jefferson knew he was shy of the first down, so he tried to run before he caught the football, and he turned and dropped it.
Just waited a little bit too long. Jack Rolovich right here. You see him now. He's open right now. Give him the football. You wait a second too long, and it allows for defenders to close from inside out.
Now it's a fourth down, so they're going to go for the field goal. Try and put this one up and cut that lead down a bit. Jeff Hastings, 7 for 7 under 40 yards field goals this season. That kick is up, and that kick is good, a 32-yarder. So make him 8 for 8 in that category. So in the last 2 possessions, Montana State, as a result of turnovers, has a touchdown, a field goal. They make it 14-10. Look up, because this city, Boone, is actually named after Daniel Boone, who did some traversing of the Blue Ridges in this very area. Which means we got to get Todd Harris involved, because his family tree, Todd Harris's family tree includes Daniel Boone. Can you believe that?
How about that?
We're not kidding. Montana State 72 yards this quarter. They had 11 total in the first.
Todd may have a little land up here he doesn't know about, huh?
No, might want to do some checking at the registry before he leaves.
That's right.
Eric Fisher will be kicking off for Montana State. They've got themselves back in this football game. Again, they angle it to that corner, taken at the 4 by James Hill again, his second return. The 15, trying to turn it, 20, 25, and a fine return. He brings it back to the 28-yard line. Nice hustle by Hill. Those kicks have all gone over to that far side. Montana State offense in the first, a grand total of 11, since then 72. 10 points off turnovers. And listen to this. Appalachian State, their defense all year has given up a grand total of 21 points in the second quarter. They have already given up 10 in this game. So Montana State's getting it done at a quarter that has been all the home teams. First down and 10. Good field position to start here. They spot it at the 28-yard line. Edwards, Richardson out of that backfield again, and he'll bring it down to the 35, up to the 35-yard line.
Boy, I tell you what, he makes Bobby Daly just miss. And you talk about a guy that can really work in space. Watch him right here, and you'll see Daly kind of overshoot the play right there. That's their best defender working in space against the best offensive performer, Kevin Richardson. And guess who wins?
Richardson's 11 carries, 61 yards. On the season, far and away their leading carrier, 225 rushing attempts, 20 touchdowns, and 5.4 yards per carry. Richardson out of that backfield again, straight ahead. Covers the football, and he'll move that up to the 39-yard line. Bobby Daly on the hit.
I think right now they're just trying to settle the young quarterback, Armani Edwards, back in this football game. He's had a fumble and then another turnover with an interception, and trying to get him back into this football game, get his head cleared a little bit. And the thing about playing quarterback is kind of like corner. If you get beat for a touchdown, you got to clear your head real quick because you still have a job to do. That's why you never get too high when you throw the touchdown passes and too low when you throw the interceptions.
If you do it well enough, you become trophy man, a Heisman. Andre Ware. That's carried straight ahead. That may be a gain of a yard as Kevin Richardson trying to get out of that backfield, but you see that swarming linebacker defense of Montana State. Their defense, Montana State's defense, a little different. They call it a double flex, Andre.
Yeah, they like to crowd 3 guys over the guard and the center, and just allow Bobby Daly to kind of roam back there. You'll see him cover up. The ends are split out wide, but there he is in the center of the formation, and he'll play from sideline to sideline or inside that tackle box from one side to the other.
Big rush, 2nd and 9. Edwards trying to get set. Now he's got room. He'll take it up to the 40. Look at him go to midfield. 45, 40-yard line. That's why he is so dangerous.
Yeah.
A first down and a whole lot more as he takes it into Montana State territory. LeBlanc, Claggett, both had chances at him. Both missed. 21 yards.
Boy, when you get to Armani Edwards, you better get your hands on him, and you better find a way to get him on the ground. You'll see right here, they bring the pressure. It's coming. It's coming from everywhere. Now, right there, you got to stop. You got guys around him in this area. Get him on the ground or get your hands on him because they're running man routes, and now there's just green pastures in front of him.
Boy, can he fly. He was their
goodness.
second leading rusher. Actually, their leader in per carry at 6.1. Again, here's the fumble again, and Montana State for the 3rd time in this game has recovered a turnover. The second off a fumble, 1 on an interception. Colonne's the man who put the hit on, and the young quarterback's wondering a bit. Colonne came away with a recovery.
Yeah, he's a transfer guy from Arizona, but you see right here a lot of pressure by one of my favorite names on this team, Ryan Force, the free safety from Montana State. Creates another turnover, the youngster's 3rd turnover. And I asked him yesterday, how are you going to handle the pressure of all this, the playoffs, the national championship of last year? He says, you know what, I've got enough guys on this football team to rely on. I just need to kind of hold the wheel and let them guide me. Right now, he's going to have to depend on all those guys and clear his head on the sideline.
He's had 2 fumbles and an interception. Montana State takes it back. They're going to try and go deep on their first play off this series. Big rush coming from behind. He felt it. Rolovich will get it up to the 48-yard line before he's taken down. He had receivers on the fly, but nobody open, and Pierre Banks finally chased him down, leading tackler for Appalachian State.
Yeah, he had two receivers, I think, wide open in the middle of the field. They ran crossing routes, and he's got to be able to see this. Jack Rolovich has got to be able to look down the field. He's got his big-time receiver going to cross and a crosser in the middle, and now he's open right now. Right there in the middle of the field is his best receiver, Michael Jefferson. Give him the football and not hold it and get all and allow for all that penetration and pass rush.
He got 4 yards on the carry, bringing up the second down at 6 out of the shotgun. Mason again on the carry. He is met at midfield where he will be downed. Mason continues to carry the football out of that backfield. He's in there in every play now.
Sometimes quarterbacks, when you're getting as much pressure as Rolovich is getting, you start watching that pass rush, and that's a dangerous thing to start doing. You start watching the rushers come to you instead of having your eyes continue downfield. You start missing a lot of receivers that are open and start playing for the pass rush. He's got to clear himself. Just look down the field and trust that he's going to have time to get the football out.
Montana State's 0 for 5 in third down conversions in this game. Double tight ends on this third down and 3 from midfield. Rolovich back, wants to go to the flats. Oh, mama. If that is intercepted, there is nothing there but end zone for Pierre Banks. It's an incomplete pass.
Boy, if I'm Michael Jefferson, I go and I get in the ear of Jack Rolovich again. I'm wide open. Just wait on me. You got time. He's rushing himself. You can see sliding in the pocket, not really setting his feet. But Michael Jefferson has been open the last 2 pass plays for Montana State. Go over there, big fella, and whisper in his ear. Tell him, look, just wait me out. Trust that the big guys are going to give you some time and get me the football.
And the punt, it will be Jack Rolovich, the quarterback, who's going to kick. They change punters, and he fakes it. Rolovich looking for the first down and throws it away. On a 4th down punting situation, Rolovich, who does punt sometimes, instead tried to pick up the first down.
Yeah, I think Coach Mike Kramer is asking for a blow to the head on his quarterback. Someone went a little bit high on the punter. You'll see it right here coming to your screen right there, and they usually call those. I mean, I know it's nitpicking, but you get your hand around that helmet, and that's usually a call. You'll see it right here up close, right there, just enough, and then a late hit as the ball is gone. And I think Coach Kramer has a point. 9
for 23 in 4th down conversions on the year now. They turn the ball over. Unhappy on the sideline with it because now Appalachian State gets good field position at the 49-yard line. A Montana State on the carry. Helmet goes flying at the 39-yard line. Bobby Daly is the man who makes all the tackles. He's got to go back and get his helmet as he went on Amarne Edwards.
I'll tell you what, he was the team's he's their best defensive player by far. 3rd in the conference in tackles at 111 coming in, and boy, Marcosis LeBlanc's coming up, and I think the guy that took the biggest shot was his own linebacker, Bobby Daly.
2nd down and 3 in Montana State territory. They run it straight ahead to the inside the 30, down to the 25-yard line. Devin Moore, a freshman running back, his first carry of the game.
It came in averaging just under 5 yards a carry, but here's why I don't like that fake punt on that end of the field. And now all of a sudden you've kind of given Appalachian State a shot in the arm, and the momentum swing is on their side now. It's big runs like this that they're capitalizing on.
Only the 38th carry that Devin Moore has had on the season. 1st down and 10, and run that one straight ahead. Not far to go. Moore stays in there. He is a freshman at 5'9", 190-pounder, not carried prior to these last 2 snaps. And the North Carolinian that time gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Well, I tell you, if you're going to go for it, just line up and go for it, and not with the fake punt and trying to trying to trick your way into a 1st down or trick your way back into the football game. Just win with X's and O's offensively.
Especially when you got the momentum going in your way. Carried straight ahead, Richardson to the 15. Richardson carries half the team with him down to the 10-yard line. Mercy, is he a tough running back, a junior, all-conference, player of the year in the conference, a walk-on who has become a Peyton finalist for the best college football player in the championship subdivision. And he is showing it here today. We'll return and take a look at our hero of the program. That coming up right here with the Scores 14-10. There's 6 defensive categories, forced fumbles, both total and solo tackles. He became the 2nd highest draft pick in school history and a 2-time Buck Buchanan Award winner. And his number was retired last April. Dexter Coakley, a hero of the program. And there is that retired number. And what a career he had here in Appalachian State. They right now have the 14-10 lead, and they've got a first down and 10. First down can be picked up inside the 5-yard line. Richardson, he's going to be dumped in the backfield for the first time today. Montana State's able to get that big running back down.
I tell you, good run support by Marcosis LeBlanc from outside in, and I'll tell you, you can't allow Kevin Richardson to get to the edge. Keep him squeezed down inside so that you've got some help coming from the inside out as well.
Loss of a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Appalachian State on the option carry. Marty Edwards will bring that one down to the 6-yard line where Chris Colon puts the hit on. Edwards, with 41 seconds left to go here in the first half, immediately calls for the timeout. They want to get the touchdown here. So a big series underway right now with only 41 to go. Of Appalachian State, they've got the football in the lead. They beat Coastal Carolina 45-28 last week. At one point they had a 31-0 lead at the half. And
I think there's a nice fireplace going in there.
There's a real good chance.
Christmas lights up.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful countryside.
With all these Blue Ridge Mountains around, virtually any place you go, you've got a great view.
Absolutely.
Of the valleys of the hills. There you see 151 to 40 yards rushing differential in this game. 41 seconds left to go here in the first half. Throwing into the end zone. It'll be incomplete. Good rush put on that time. Tried to get that quick one into the corner, and Edwards didn't have anybody open.
Thought it was a smart play by Armani Edwards just to get the football out and not try to force anything. We've seen him make a couple of mistakes, 2 fumbles and then an interception in this football game. So you start to press a little bit, but there, just get the football out and set yourself up for a field goal attempt. Hey, I tell you what, this is he's dodging a big bullet right now if you're Montana State, because that fake punt was kind of uncalled for at this point in the ball game.
Roush puts the kick up, a 25-yarder, and it is good. So Roush gets it. He'd had trouble kicking of late. He had missed 3 of his last 5, but not there. Extends the lead to 17-10. Well, winner moves on, as this is the second weekend of the playoffs in the championship subdivision, formerly known as 1AA. And Richardson, a couple of touchdowns early for Appalachian State. 1 of 2 yards, 1 of 5. Mason out of the backfield for Montana State, 4-yard run. Hastings, a 32-yard field goal. Roush with a 25-yarder answering for Appalachian State, and it is 17-10. I think if you asked Montana State, they would take this into the dressing room.
Yeah, after their start.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They would. On that kick at the 11-yard line. And down they go at about the 21-yard line on the carry. And let's check in with Reese Davis. Reese.
All right, Gary, coming up at halftime, USC just needs a win to get into the national title game, it would appear. They're getting a fight from UCLA. Once-in-a-generation moment for Wake Forest. We'll show you how the Demon Deacons won the ACC title in the debut of perhaps the best big man in college basketball in nearly a quarter of a century. We'll show it to you in a bit.
Race, and that's going to do it here in the first half, with the clock still showing 12. They're going to let it go, and that is how we're going to go in here at the halftime, with the defending champions of Appalachian State on top over Montana State 17-10. It has been a good first half, and it's been the 3 turnovers of Appalachian State that have created the opportunities and put Montana State back in. Let's go to Reese Davis and company.
See, Gary, I told you we'd be here in a matter of seconds for halftime, right? Lou Holtz and Mark May alongside on a championship.
welcome you back. NCAA Football Championship presented on ESPN2 by Enterprise. And we are here at The Rock. Appalachian State's got the lead, trying to defend the championship that they won last season. But their turnovers, 3 of them created opportunities, and Montana State took advantage of them and got back in the game.
Well, they got themselves in it, and I think that's the fast way to get yourself in, to create some turnovers defensively and to get the points from those turnovers. Montana State, they are point-blank range right now. This game could go either way, and I think we're going to have one heck of a second half.
All right, Montana State's defense has answered the call when need be here against an Appalachian State team that is very tough offensively, but they haven't done that much since the first couple of series.
Really hadn't. They jumped out to that 14-0 lead and then started to turn the football over. And then after that, Montana State got themselves in it by running the football. We know they're a pass-first, run-second type offense, but it was the run game that got them back in the football game. And the little guy, it was Aaron Mason, that got him going on the ground. And now we stand here with just 17-10. Going into the third quarter, Gary.
Great job by Mason, who did not start from Montana State at that running back position. He ended up with 12 carries and 46 yards, including a touchdown. Appalachian State's going to get the football back here to start the second half. That'll be handled at the 11-yard line. Hill, and he's up to the 30, 35. Great return again out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Hill has had a couple of great kick returns. Let's get down to Todd Harris. Todd.
Well, I talked with both coaches. First, Coach Mike Kramer. It was kind of funny because he was more concerned and wanted to talk more about Appalachian State. He said, boy, I'll tell you what, that Armani Edwards, he's quite a quarterback, isn't he? Big smile on his face. He said, you know, we're playing fine. It took us a while, like Andre said, to settle down. We got into our rhythm. He says, we'll be fine. Our defense made a few adjustments. We're back in the game. For Coach Moore at Appalachian State, a different story. He said, the turnovers are killing us. He says, not just the turnovers, but they're taking us completely out of our rhythm, and getting out of rhythm is not a good thing for us.
All right, let's see whether or not the offense can put one up quick here to start the second half and get that momentum back on their side. They've got the first down and 10 at their own 39-yard line. On the option play, Edwards on the carry, and he'll take that one to the 46-yard line, where LeBlanc, who's had a big day defensively, moves in to put the head on.
Well, they talk so much about tempo at Appalachian State, but in order to play at that fast tempo, you've got to be in a rhythm that Todd talked about, and I'll tell you, it was disrupted after that 14-0 lead. The turnovers, the 3 turnovers that Montana State able to capitalize on, and they come out with 10 points on it. Right now, defensively, they've got to stay aggressive, but when they get to the ball carriers, get your hands on them and get them down.
Devin Moore's come on to play in the backfield here. It'll be carried to the near side over midfield into Montana State territory, out of bounds at the 39-yard line. James Hill. So Hill, who's been returning the kicks, he's a wide receiver who comes around on the carry.
Well, we've talked so much about Kevin Richardson and William Mayfield, the playmakers, Armani Edwards, and then they bring in the speedster, James Hill, and he kind of gives you the X factor. He's as fast, or maybe faster, than anybody on the entire field, and they're going to find a way to get him involved here in this second half.
He doesn't carry the ball a lot in the course of the season, but you can see the speed when he does. Straight ahead 30, down to the 25-yard line. And Appalachian State is starting out the same way they did in the first half. Kevin Richardson has got 2 TDs on the carry. Ryan Force brought him down after a 14-yard gain.
We talked about the 4 different tempos that Appalachian State uses there. They go to the jet, they just call the play and run it. But they have changed gears here in the second half, Gary. They want to dictate to this defense of Montana State early in the third quarter.
Amonte Edwards, their freshman 18-year-old quarterback, puts the man in motion to that far side where they've got 2 receivers. Richardson again on the carry. He is met by the linebacking core and by their left tackle, Siatonga, David Siatonga, JUCO player who's a senior out of Sacramento, California, with a hit.
Yeah, it's a good job of wrapping up, and that's what we're talking about. When you get to the ball carriers, you got to make sure not just getting there, but getting your arms, bring your hips with you, and wrap up and drive, and just kind of hold on and wait for help if you're unable to get a guy like Kevin Richardson on the ground.
Richardson, 77 yards, 2 TDs, 15 carries first half. That one goes to him on the swing at the 20, 15, 10. Flag is down. He takes it to the 5-yard line. Richardson coming out like a house of fire here in the second half. That's good for 19.
Yeah, but it's going to come back. It's going to be a hold on the outside edge by one of the receivers of Appalachian State. So this one, Gary's going to come back.
Boy, that's a big penalty. Turnovers and penalties so far in this football game for Appalachian State have been very costly in that first half. The interception and 2 fumbles creating scoring chances for Montana State, and now you get a penalty that takes you out of a big first down.
Offense number 12. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, second down.
Now watch TJ Corman, number 12, on the inside here of your screen right here. He's going to work up the field and try to get a block on the outside. Just going to hold on a little bit too long. And once a guy starts to try to disengage, you got to let him go. The official's right there, and I thought that was a good call.
So that'll move it back and bring up the second down now. Second down and 9 after the penalty is marked off with the ball at the 24-yard line. They go to the flats and barreling ahead. The ball is loose, but it was called down. You saw that ball squirt free at about the 15-yard line from William Mayfield.
Well, we talked about the tempo changes for Appalachian State, the regular where they just signal in a play and kind of mellow around the line, but then they want to get a look at what the defense is doing. They go to the Indy where they get under the center or call a cadence and then back out, and then the jet is just fast. Call a play, get up and run it. Then the scan is where you want to scan the defense, go to a formation, then signal the play in, and you're really kind of taking your time running the play.
Third down, 1 for 3 in the first half on third down conversions. This is one where they scanned, they looked at the D first, then had the play call. They'll take this one straight ahead. Richardson is close, and the second effort may have got it. This is going to depend on the spot.
It's going to be close, and you get in that big old crowded area, you see all those bodies. How do the officials really spot that?
Spot it.
Just come running in from the sideline. Oh yeah, we got him right here. How do they really know that?
You don't really, but that's what good officials do. Is you do
You must have 20
best you can with it. You make the spot, you stay with it. That's what you do. You got to sell it.
Commit to
and
it
they do
and
it
stay
well,
there, right?
And they're going to bring the gang in from the far sideline here to measure this one, because this is close, and the first down marker's right there at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they've done a good job officiating this football game, and we saw the tempers and the exchanges going on between both teams. Officials did a good job. They're going to come up a little short, but they did a good job getting a handle on this football game.
And we remind you that there are no replays in the football championship subdivision, which we are in here, unlike the bowl subdivision.
Well, you've got the lead, you've got the momentum, you go for it in this situation, and I don't argue against this one. If they're going to leave that offense out there, I'd quick count them. Quarterback sneak, my favorite play.
You love
by the
that
way
play.
in this situation.
All right, let's see what they do with it here. This is a fourth down. Appalachian State with the football and the lead of 17-10.
Of course, you can't sneak it from this formation.
Give it to Richardson. Nope, gonna keep it. He'll take it through the 5. Touchdown!
Nice.
A whole lot more than a first down for Amonte Edwards, who rushes it in for a 16-yard TD.
Got a flag coming in, maybe a little bit of extra celebration, but a good job here. You're going to give it or stick it in there in the gut of Kevin Richardson. You get the entire defense committed to him because they're thinking the first thing coming is the first thing I'm going to tackle. And then this is a called run by Armani Edwards and the offensive staff of Appalachian State, because he sticks it in there and then he follows the big fella right into the end zone.
See what the flag was. More of these personal fouls. Touchdown. Here's how they got it.
You're going to show it right here and then follow the big guy, Kevin Richardson, in, and now you've got all this area to run the football, make a nice cut, and he's got tremendous speed and quickness to get himself into the end zone. Get everybody committing to the inside of the formation. They show it out on the edge, and Armani Edwards right there. We know that he can run the football, but there he showed some nice quickness and speed.
That is his 12th rushing touchdown, in addition to the 14 touchdown passes he had thrown coming into the game. He's now 10 carries and 71 yards for Edwards in the rushing department. What a great double threat he is. And a big touchdown here to start the second half, 23-10, as the extra point attempt comes here. As Julian Rush comes out, he has missed only one extra point on the season. It is up, and it is good. So 24-10, the momentum goes back the other way on a 61-yard drive as the quarterback, Amonte Edwards, on a fourth down and short yardage, takes it into the end zone for the TD. Montana State coming in out of the Big Sky Conference, where they went 6-2. They were 8-4 overall. They were winners of 7 of their last 8. They are down in this one after the touchdown scored by the young quarterback. Appalachian State on a fine drive. Some fans here from Montana State. They brought some of their former players, in fact, from their championship team back in '84 and others who have played in more recent years.
Like a future player in that last shot as well.
That's right. This is going to be taken at the 9-yard line. Jefferson's got it. He can fly. Finds a little room. Good field position as he brings it up to the 42-yard line. Michael Jefferson on the return. Todd Harris.
Gary, one of those guys involved for Appalachian State is number 89. That's Sergeant Brian Stokes. He's on the special teams. He just celebrated his 28th birthday. Prior to playing for ASU, he served not 1 but 2 tours of duty in the Marines in Iraq, and he earned a Purple Heart after being wounded in an ambush, taking part of his hearing. That guy is what's right with college football.
We've seen a lot of that this year. Players who have come back from the service and had a chance to play. What a wonderful opportunity for them after giving so much. Montana State down. They have the football, 1st and 10. Gonna run it. Quarterback keep, goes back behind the line of scrimmage and wishes he hadn't. 35-yard line as Monte Smith got him.
Just throw the football away. You don't take the sack. You don't run out of bounds. You're outside the pocket, and it's going to be a 5-yard loss here. But just throw the football away. Wanted to go quick. Nobody's there. Now, you gather yourself. You get out. Throw the football right there. Just throw it away. Don't take that sack. Don't take the negative yardage. Let it go and come back on 2nd down.
So Rolovich losing yardage on that one will bring up the 2nd down and 14. As Rolovich in the first half, 4 out of 12, 51 yards in the air, 3 receivers to your side. They run the draw to the 40, 45, midfield, and shy of the 1st down is Mason.
Yeah, ball comes out, but he was already down. And an excellent call because you get tremendous penetration up the field. Nice little underneath draw play, and all the receivers committed down the field, getting blocks and helping. Aaron Mason right here has been a factor offensively for this Montana State offense.
Here's a big 3rd down now. Montana State needs a 1st down. They've got a 3rd down and 3. 3rd down and 3. Tahito has come into the backfield now with Mason coming out, and it looks like they're going to use a timeout. They want to make sure, having fallen behind on the first drive here by another touchdown, they want the football.
I don't know if Aaron Mason was banged up or what, but I think maybe they called a timeout to try to get him back in this football game.
We remind you again that Mason is playing with a bad knee. Did not start today, but has had a very solid day running. Championship.
That hat's still on there.
Amazing, isn't it?
That's how I talk about. But I'll tell you, he's getting into it, and that's great. This is a fantastic community. They rally together, and right there, leading the way, the chancellor.
Montana State 0 for 6 in 3rd down conversions in the first half. They call timeout. Big 3rd down play coming up here.
Well, it could be 2-down territory here. 4 downs where you go for it on 3rd and then come right back again on 4th down.
Mason is not in. Tahito is looking to pass. Rolovich, he's got some room, decides to throw. Man open. 20 down to the 15, the 10, and out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Donnell Wheaton. And a 1st down and a 43-yard gain.
A nice job of buying himself some time, Jack Rolovich. And here kind of surprised me with the formation, but you'll see Donnell Wheaton right here just working himself open now. Continuing down the field, sees his quarterback in the scramble drill, and he just separates from the defender right on time with the football after buying himself a little time is Jack Rolovich.
Rolovich is now 5 for 13. He had 51 yards in the air prior to that. He gets 43 on that catch alone. So he is up now to 95. They run straight ahead with it to the 5-yard line as they bring Aaron Mason back into the football game on that 1st down and 10. They cannot get a 1st down. They are inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, look for him to try to isolate Michael Jefferson, the big 6'2 receiver, and kind of surprised they hadn't gotten the football in his hands a little bit more in this football game, but he certainly creates a mismatch. 6'2 on the outside, matched up against 5'10 at one corner and 5'7 on the other, and they've got him top side here, kind of in the slot, maybe motion him across and try to get him the football on the run.
Mason stays in the backfield on the pitch to him. Mason trying to turn the corner. He's not going to get there. Out of bounds at the 4-yard line is Aaron Mason. And it will bring up a 3rd down and goal as Monte Smith, the senior out of Shelby, North Carolina, drove him out of bounds.
Boy, there's a lot of bodies in there, Gary, to try to run this football. And you got guys with their ears pinned back inside, firing off the football for Appalachian State. I think the weakness right now, we talked about it, just talked about it, on the outside to the big receivers of Montana State. And they've got Jefferson in the slot right now.
Mason is in the backfield, 3rd down and goal. Closer to the 5 than the 4 out of the shotgun. Rolovich looking. They're going to run the draw to Mason. Mason, touchdown! Great call! As they had the receivers and the defense spread, and Mason took it up the middle for the TD.
Well, they spread them out, and they go 3 wide receivers and put Jefferson in the slot. And everybody in the building, including myself, thinking they should get him the football. Look at that crease. A nice crease to run through. He hits it going downhill full speed. Aaron Mason into the end zone. And right now, Montana State, when they needed to answer points, Gary, they did it against Appalachian State on that drive.
And Gary Tharrington, what a block he threw in the middle.
On the kickoff.
This is going to be assessed on the kickoff. Another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty call, about the 4th we've had in the game.
Yeah, Mason now 16 carries, 65 yards, but none bigger than that touchdown run for Montana State. He's got 2 touchdowns to go along with the yardage.
Extra point is big here as it's 24-16. Extra point attempt. Hastings. He doesn't miss many. Hastings, it is down. It is up, and it is good. And I'm telling you, we were told yesterday by Mike Kramer, the head coach at Montana State, we are a team that finds a way. We're not flashy, we're not spectacular, but we never go away. They are living up to their head coach's definition. And this is a nice little gift for all of you football fans, because in this football game, Appalachian State heavily favored. Not that they won't win it, and maybe win it by a lot. But this Montana State team ranked 18th on the season against the #1 team and the defending champions is hanging tough.
Yeah, when they had some success there, and they're going to have it defensively, but when they've had the success, they were coming after Appalachian State instead of sitting back and receiving, and they're going to have to get back in that mode of being the aggressor defensively, maybe take some chances and come after Amani Edwards again here in the 3rd quarter.
Eric Fisher, as that kick came from midfield after the penalty was marked off, carried to the 15 and up to the 18-yard line. And there's been some hellacious gang tackling on these kicks throughout the game today, and you see it again there. And that's where we've had a lot of the extracurricular discussions going on. Here's the nomenclature that is now applicable as of the end of November. The NCAA Division I football includes all of these teams. There is now a bowl subdivision, formerly 1A. That's the BCS championship group. And you're watching the championship subdivision, formerly 1AA. They have a champion determined by the 16-team playoff that we are in right now, with Chattanooga being the site of the final. And Appalachian State's got the football, the option, up to the 21-22-yard line as he pushed it ahead of Arte Edwards on the carry himself. And he can carry the football. He's not had a chance really to option off. Montana State has cut the option man out of most of those plays today.
Well, a lot of back and forth with these 2 teams, and penalty yardage and unsportsmanlike penalties. And I'll tell you what, it's actually worked in the favor of Montana State. They've kind of held a cool head in this football game, and now field position wise, it favors Montana State right now.
It is a 2nd down and a 6. We're in the 3rd quarter. Here's the option again. Again, Edwards on the carry. He won't get a first down, but he will take it over the 25 to the 26-yard line. He keeps wanting to pitch. He holds on to the football maybe a little longer than he really would like, because he gets that corner turn is coming slowly.
We'll take a look at the penalties here. You see it, 6 penalties, 4 of them are unsportsmanlike, and those are the big ones. And the celebrations and the little pushes here and shoves there, and you get called for those, but boy, it certainly shows up in field position.
3rd down and 3. They bring in the 2 tight ends on this 3rd down play with the ball at the 26-yard line. They slot it to the near side. Edwards wants to pass. Now he'll try and carry for the first down. He's not there yet, and he's not going to make it. He will get it back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard, and then Lowe moved in, the left end out of Coral Springs, Florida, put the hit on.
Boy, just relentless in his ability to get to the passer there. Wasn't going to quit and got blocked maybe 2 times and still got to Armani Edwards. But I'll tell you, they got aggressive again defensively, pushing the pocket to Armani Edwards, not allowing for time for him to look down the field. Make him pull it down, move around, but then when he moves around, have somebody there to finish the job.
All right, and that's going to force a 3-and-out, and a high kick will hit at midfield. Appalachian State will get the bounce on this. And Roush's kick is going to be down at the 37-yard line. Montana State will take it over there. They had a 2-play fumble earlier where they lost possession. That was the first 3-and-out, though, that they've had after they've had an opportunity in a series. College basketball on the air tonight, ESPN2. Georgetown Hoyers taking on the Duke Blue Devils. College basketball tonight, 7 Eastern. Right here on ESPN2, and that's going to be right after our football game here from Boone, North Carolina. Great to have you with us. With Andre Ware, Todd Harrison, our crew. I'm Gary Thorne, and a good one in the second weekend of the playoffs for this championship subdivision. And a good one as Montana State's got the football back and a chance to get this thing tied up again. Mason working out of the backfield. They have the end around to the 40, 45, midfield, and into Appalachian State territory is Michael Jefferson.
Well, he landed a little funny, but that's the guy that we've wondered why they haven't gotten him the football. They'll line him up at tailback there. You see the end around, and he's coming around the formation, and you see the speed right there, the ability. This was a guy that was at Arizona, played quite a bit there. But right here, turning up the field and making plays. I'm going to try to get him the football a little bit more, I got a feeling, as this game grows older.
That's how they use him. We've actually seen him set up in the backfield as he has become a primary rushing runner. Now he's a receiver out on the right side. He's going to block this time. And right at midfield, maybe a loss of a yard, is Aaron Mason on the first down and 10.
You know, sometimes that's just one of those runs to kind of keep the defense honest, and we talked about it, that your ability to run the football has helped the pass protection for Montana State, because they were just very aggressive, playing downhill on the way to the quarterback. Now all of a sudden you got guys in your chest and run blocking you. You show it in there. The play action is what's really opened things up offensively for Montana State.
Yeah, Mason will stay in the backfield on this second down and 10 from midfield. Out of the shotgun, Rolovich. He's got 2 to the near side wide receivers. Looks for the pattern to the sideline. Just held on to. A couple of yards maybe gained on the reception. That is Michael Jefferson. He was the under receiver as they had 2 coming to the near sideline. And it's going to bring up a third down play.
You got him working against Corey Leach out in space, and anytime you get him matched up out in space with a defender, whether it's a defensive back or a linebacker, you got to think that's to your advantage. And I would try to formation him and get him matched up on a linebacker when they keep regular personnel in the game.
Third down and 8. With the ball in Appalachian State territory. Rolovich from under center, fakes the draw, looks long, one-on-one matchup. It is incomplete at the 20-yard line. Jefferson again, the intended. And he was almost out of bounds. Even if he had caught that ball, I think he would not have been able to keep it in.
Boy, Joe Hurst has just got his hands full. The right tackle for Montana State working against Marquise Morrell. And then the big guy inside, Omar Byram, as well, showing up in your screen. But boy, you got to get back, get it out, and he just barely gets it off before he takes one heck of a shot.
Tyler Bolton will do the kicking this time. We had one fake punt tried by Montana State, which they did not convert on. Cost them the ball and a field goal. Again, they like to kick these low line drive rolling kicks. That's what they've done all year. It'll go out of bounds at the 15-yard line. 3:10 to go in the third. Let's take a look at the Home Depot coaching adjustments.
Yeah, you look at it, we're going to have a couple of sacks here where it's Appalachian State getting to the quarterback, and the adjustment is going to be get back, get yourself in the shotgun, or 3-step drops to get the football out fast. You see right here, Rolovich in the shotgun, nice little 2-step gather, get the football football out, and this was the result of a big 24-yard completion to Donnell Wheaton. I think that's what they got to go to. Get the football in the shotgun where you give him a little bit of time. He's away from the line of scrimmage. If you're going to go under center and throw the football, 3-step drops, get the football out quick to Wheaton and Jefferson.
Appalachian State will now take over on a 1st down and 10 with the ball at the 15-yard line, their own 15. Ramonte Edwards brings everybody up to the line. Going to run this one, whatever it was, without any adjustment, and it's a fly pattern. He threw it all the way down to the 40-yard line, 43-yard line. Fans wanted an interference call, but Dexter Jackson, the intended, was nowhere near it with Andre Fuller on him.
Yeah, Dexter Jackson, it was just lined up, and you get deep. He's their speed receiver, track guy. They describe him playing football. They use him to get vertical on the outside. And this was just a design play. Look, we're going to try to formation you, get you one-on-one outside with a corner, and you go beat him deep. I'm going to put it up. Monty Edwards just threw it a little bit too deep.
Kevin Richardson stays in the backfield, 2 receivers each side on a 2nd down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Edwards to the flats, caught at the 20 and to the 25, breaking 1 tackle, and that broken tackle is going to result in a 1st down. William Mayfield, a great effort. He had 5 receptions and 95 yards last week in their win over Coastal Carolina, and it was the 2nd effort right there that gets the 1st down.
Yeah, Corey Austin, the corner to that side, playing a little bit too deep and way off William Mayfield, giving him a little bit too much respect. You got to come up. He's known as their best cover corner, and he's got to come up, a little bit faster, take some chances, and really not get yourself beat deep, but take some chances to make a play.
Mayfield, 60 yards, 5 receptions in the game. On the carry on a 1st and 10, that will be bowled ahead to the 32-yard line, Kevin Richardson. When Richardson carries the football, you generally can see no color of his jersey because he ends up carrying about
That's
3
right.
guys of the other color with him before he goes down.
The thing about him that you like is when he engages into contact, you see those legs really start to churn. That's what allows for the extra 2-3 yards when he gets covered up in a pile, because he just continues to churn and move his legs. Now, with that carry, 20 carries, over 100 yards in this football game for Kevin Richardson.
Over 3,000 rushing yards for Richardson in his career. Now they look to the sideline. You saw everybody stand up. Take a look to the sideline for the play after they came to the line of scrimmage. Richardson's number's called, and he'll bring it up to the 36-yard line before Bobby Daly moves in and puts the hit on. Now we're seeing a little grinded out offense.
Yeah, Montana State at this point in the 3rd quarter had been doing a pretty good job of getting themselves to 2nd and long, 3rd and long. Then all of a sudden they give up the big play and it results in a 1st down. This is not where they want to be. 3rd down and short here in the 3rd quarter.
That's where they are now with a 3rd down and a 1. There you see the delayed call where they wait, look to the sideline, get the call again after they've seen what the defense is. 3rd down and 1, going to run the option. Edwards is going to try and go back the other way, straight ahead and close.
I think he got it.
Looks like he got enough for the 1st down. Every time Edwards carries the football, you see that football laid way out in front of him. He stretches it out to try and get the extra on the spot.
Well, he carries it a little too loosely at times, and we've seen him fumble it 2 times here, but I'll tell you, based on the spot, this one's going to be close. If I'm Appalachian State, I go right to the line of scrimmage and go for it.
That yellow line, of course, they can't see on the field. Only you can see that on the television, and as you can see, it is not a 1st down. They will bring the chain gang out to measure this. 50 seconds left to go here in the 3rd, 24-17. Appalachian State is on top.
Short.
And it is short.
Decision time. It looks as though they're going to punt the football.
Do not want to give Montana State good field position here to start the 4th quarter, apparently. They may change their mind here.
Don't show me any more of those fake punts.
You just didn't like that.
No, you know what? I think it just changed the entire momentum. Everything kind of swung. You take yourself from a 14-10 ball game, or maybe you get yourself a field goal or whatever, and you're down by 1. But it just really changed the momentum going into halftime for Montana State in a negative way.
Roush, all-conference kicker, and he really ladles into that one. It'll be taken at the 32-yard line. Austin's got it. Ooh! Swung around, and how did he hang on to the football? He got to the 35-yard line, but it almost cost him an arm. Montana State will take the football back after Russell Wilson out of Hendersonville, North Carolina, put that hit on him.
Tempers kind of flaring. You don't usually see that among teammates. And, I tell you.
That was Appalachian State's bench as the teammates came over to break that up. Montana State, 1st and 10, 29 seconds to go in the third. They run the screen near side, wide open, 35-40. Midfield, can he get away? Down to the 40-yard line, Aaron Mason. Mason on a big play to start this series.
You usually see those confrontations on the sideline when you're losing. Right now, App State is up 24-17, and all of a sudden Montana State, that momentum swing, the old momentum, is going to the other sideline. I tell you, just some tempers flaring over there, but
don't know why. I mean, we went back and looked at a couple of plays before to see if it had involved anything in the
maybe
field.
A missed block or somebody calling someone out in pass protection or something, and one guy didn't like it.
All right, that's going to do it here in the third. And the defending champions of Appalachian State are in a football game, and Montana State, a team that just barely made it into the playoff format of 16 teams, proven that that decision by the selection committee was right on the money. They are in this game 24-17 as we head to the fourth. They had a national title back in '84. They've been in 4 playoffs in their history with 4 wins, 2 losses in playoff games. And they're trying to pull an upset here. Mason is in the backfield. As Montana State has the football, they're looking for the option throw. Big rush put on. Bad pass. It is going to be intercepted at the 30, 35-40. Appalachian State gets it back just shy of midfield. Corey Lynch, who hasn't played in 4 weeks. He is playing with a broken elbow. Takes the Michael Jefferson pass on the interception.
You have got to be kidding me. I mean, I can't believe what I just saw. Cannot believe it. First you do it to me with the fake punt, and then you call this. You know what it tells me? It tells me you don't believe that your kids are good enough to go head up with Appalachian State and beat them, that you got to trick your way back into this football game. And here, if you have yourself crowded in, throw the football out of bounds, please.
First pass he's thrown all year. And they turn it over. And a big turnover, and they just came off a big play to get them in good field position. Now the interception on the carry. Richardson far side. He'll take it to the 45 and into Montana State territory down to about the 43-yard line.
And you know what, Gary? I can't understand it. You just had the big play to Aaron Mason, and you just gashed him for a bunch of yardage. You're moving the football. Why in the world would you try a play like that? Unbelievable. I mean, I really don't understand it. Cannot understand that one for the life of me. Somebody give me a phone call and explain it to me.
That's a call, obviously, that comes from the bench. That's where they all come from for both of these teams. And twice in this game, we've seen the apparent momentum of Montana State taken away by their own signal call. It'll be a second down and 3 for Appalachian State. With a lead, they'd love to get a touchdown right here early in the fourth. Just going for the first down, they'll get it as Kevin Richardson is the receiver on the far side.
Well, you worked yourself into 1 score down in this football game, and it was on 2 occasions that it was like that. And Appalachian State capitalized on the fake punt, go down and get a field goal. Now you've given the momentum right back to them, and this is an offense that you cannot provide with opportunities, because guess what, Gary? They take advantage of them.
Yep. This is going to be a first down and 10 as Appalachian State moves into Montana State territory. 24-17 here in the fourth. The defending champions on top. That'll be carried at the line of scrimmage and maybe for a yard. Again, that is Kevin Richardson. Good work by the front of that defense for Montana State.
And you know, he'll say that Michael Jefferson should have thrown the football out of bounds, and if you get yourself in trouble, don't throw it in the middle. Yes, all that's fine and dandy, but why call the play in the first place? Don't put the kid in that type of situation. If he hadn't thrown a pass all season, guess what? He ain't gonna learn how to do it in the playoffs tonight.
Yep. Now their defense has got to rise to the occasion and get this football back. A second down and 9. It will be carried by Edwards far side. Breaks away all the way down to the 20-yard line. Boy, he is something to watch. Tyrone Henderson put the hit on the quarterback, but this youngster, you can see why they are so excited about this 18-year-old at quarterback for him.
Boy, I tell you, just an amazing job right here. Show it, and now the speed and explosion of Armani Edwards. Look at this crease that he has to run through, and now the acceleration, putting two hands on the football. He's learned. When you get in a crowded area, go ahead and cover that baby up. I'm not going to fumble it from here to the house. I'm going to take care of the football, and that's what they preach to him at halftime.
Boy, he is something else. He's at 15 carries and 96 yards rushing, and another
Penalty, half the distance to the goal. First down.
unsportsmanlike penalty, and this one against Montana State could not come at a worse time, as it's going to take this football down to the close to the 10-yard line. That's well after the play.
Yeah, looks like Tyrone Henderson, a little extra after the play was over, but I'll tell you right now, on the move, Appalachian State, and their team, when you talk about the triplets of Armani Edwards and Kevin Richardson, he's certainly been involved with William Mayfield. We've seen him get active in this football game. Sprinkle James Hill in there a little bit as well.
First down and 10. Richardson, who's got 2 TDs on the ground, carries. He'll get it down to the 9-yard line. They can get a first down inside the 1. They can get a first down as they spotted this football at the 10.5-yard line for the 1st and 10.
This is an explosive group offensively. Came into this football game averaging 34 points a game, and they can strike you in a hurry. They used to run the old power eye and, you know, just kind of pound on people, and they were averaging 17 points a game then. Then they went to this spread offense, no huddle, jumped from 17, double their output on offense in terms of points, and now averaging 34 points a game.
And Edwards, one of the big reasons, as he carries that inside the 5-yard line. Ryan Force put the hit on the senior free safety, brought him down. It will be inside the 5-yard line, and again, they can get a first down inside the 1. Quarterback Amante Edwards. And how much growing up will he do in this game as a freshman who took over as the starting quarterback the beginning of this season?
You know, provided they hold on and win this football game, I think he's going to grow leaps and bounds from this week to next week, because he's going to know in a crowded area when I'm carrying the football, I got to protect it. I'm not going to throw the football high, just put it on guys, and his receivers are good enough where he can just kind of throw around them and let them make plays.
And he is a good location passer.
Yeah.
Richardson coming this way. They fake the handoff, and to the goal line. No signal for a touchdown yet.
They're going to spot it short. Yeah, it's going to be short, but it may be a first down where the official comes in to spot this football. I think we're at least going to get a measurement in this situation.
They brought Richardson in from the right side, faked it to him as he went by, and then the quarterback, Amante Edwards, just carried that one straight ahead, and he'll be shy of the touchdown by less than a yard, and they will measure to see if he got the first down. And I think he did.
Well, even if you're short, I think you go for it, but I think he's got it as well. Just enough.
Just enough. So a first down and goal officially from the 1-yard line. We're in the 4th quarter, 11:44 left to go. The second weekend of the playoffs for this football championship subdivision. And the defending champions here at home trying to continue a 25-game home winning streak. They continued against Coastal Carolina last week in the opening round of the playoffs with a 45-28 win. Richardson stays in that backfield. There he is on the carry. Touchdown! His 3rd TD rushing in this game.
A lot of people don't think you can run the football effectively down inside the 5-yard line or in goal line situations from this formation. But you spread people out, and you've got them so spread out. They're a little thin in the middle, so you show the football in the middle to a guy like Kevin Richardson. You get any kind of push up front from the offensive line, he's going to fall into the end zone like he did on that play.
And they extend it to 30-17. They'll go for the extra point here. It is down. Rush's kick is up, and it is good. So it is a 31-17 lead. Richardson and Edwards, the running back QB, on the ground. 226 total yards in 42 carries. Their leading cheerleader, the Chancellor. Alive. Little concern by both sides at different points in this game as Mighty Mo is seesawed back and forth. Michael Jefferson is back. He's not been able to return a kickoff because they all been to the back of the end zone so far in this game from Appalachian State. And that one, well, maybe he gets a chance. He'll step up. He'll take it at the 4-yard line. To the 10. Turns the corner. And driven out of bounds with a flag going down at the 21-yard line.
Now we're going to get a hold or a block in the back on Donnell Wheaton. Right here on the edge of the sideline. It's held on a little bit too long.
We showed you earlier down on the sideline, Appalachian State had a couple of players who were going at it. There they are during our last break.
Okay now. Little makeup. Hey, I'm sorry. We're all in it together.
Forgot we were on TV.
That's right. They forget that old eye in the sky. It doesn't miss anything.
So they've taken care of that on the sideline. They've got enough to contend with Montana State out on the field. They don't need any troubles over there. And Montana State, after the penalty, will have to start at their own 9-yard line. Down 31-17 with 11:18 left to go here in the fourth.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time, and they've shown the ability to pick up long yardage on big plays. Mason is in the backfield with Rolovich, the quarterback. They fake to Mason. Rolovich is going to get hit. The ball is loose. It is recovered by Montana State, and the question is, did he try to throw it? And I think they're ruling it a fumble. Recovered by Montana State.
You know, Jack Rolovich has got to have that. You know, his clock's a little slow right now. And I'm talking about the quarterback clock. You got to know when you get back and you get in the pocket, you're under tremendous pressure. That football, once I hit a beat right now, it's got to come out right now. You start tapping it 1, 2, 3 times, it's too long. And a guy like Marcus Morrell, he's going to be in your face by the time you tap it the second time.
Morrell is really something, number 44. You've seen him in the backfield all day of Montana State. That was, in fact, a loss all the way back to the 3-yard line. Second down now and 17. They come out of the backfield to try and give themselves a little room. Mason on the carry will take it up to about the 7-yard line, where Pierre Banks, who leads this team in tackles on the year, put the hit on for Appalachian State.
Yeah, he's the guy that transferred from the Air Force Prep School and was being recruited by Appalachian State and the Air Force Prep School. Chose to go to the prep school first, then came back. And now he's been one heck of a player for them as a sack. Actually, 92 tackles on the season. Leads them in tackles coming into this football game.
And 6 tackles for a loss, among the leaders in that department. 5 receivers on this 3rd down and 14. You haven't got a lot of room now if you're Rolovich, the quarterback. You're on the 1-yard line, now in the end zone. Rushes on, runs into his own lineman, and down he goes. Ball is fumbled. Looks like Appalachian State recovered. They do. A fumble inside the 5. Appalachian State's got it. Omar Byron, yet one more time in this game, put the pressure on in the end zone.
Well, he's turned into a sack specialist, and you see him outside pressure from Marcus Morrell, and then Omar Byron is the inside presence, able to get the football. When you get in a crowded area as well as the quarterback, you've got to get the football protected, or things like that are going to happen. Well, right now, just playing a little bit slower than the Appalachian State defense is Jack Rolovich. He had that timing for him has just not panned out all game long.
That is the 7th sack recorded in this game, the 2nd consecutive turnover that's been produced by the Appalachian State defense. Everybody moving, and there'll be a whistle before that play gets underway. So Montana State, he has had a tough time at that quarterback position today. Jack Rolovich, who you're looking at there, he has seen a lot of black jerseys around him throughout this game.
Yeah, you just got to speed up his game. I mean, you're taking a little bit too much time.
Number 62 offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Yeah, you can't wait for guys to come open. You have to anticipate receivers coming open. You know you're getting pressure. Get back, get your drop. You know where they're going. Put the football in the air. Trust that they're going to do the right thing, and the play is going to happen for you. But when you're waiting for a receiver to come open, you bring in pass rush. You also allow for defensive backs to close on the football when you put it in the air.
Appalachian State was creating the turnovers in the first half. Now it's been Montana State here in the second. Saw the 5 yards marked off. Bring up a 1st and goal with the ball back at the 7-yard line. Richardson Bulls ahead down inside the 4-yard line. He's Tyrone Henderson on the hit. Richardson already has 3 rushing TDs in this game. He has set a new school record for seasonal rushing touchdowns. And he's got a shot at another one here because this is where he carries the football.
Well, this is amazing. When, you know, they spread you out and they throw the football. They like to throw it. They'll say they're 50-50, but they want to throw the football. But they can control you as well with a running game with a guy like Kevin Richardson, as well as beat you through the air and score quickly in the pass game. And
a flag goes down on the near sideline. The line judge dropping the flag. And
dead ball foul. False start. Number 80 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Arguing about this on the sideline, Jerry Moore, the head coach of Appalachian State. That was right in the set position on the near side. The movement by one of the receivers got called by the line judge.
You know, Scott Satterfield, the quarterback coach, kind of sitting down talking with him yesterday. It was like 2 mad scientists in a lab, me and him. We believe, you don't waste any play. Every play you think is scoring right now. He was the guy to quarterback this football team and was in that power I set. You think he would love to run the football? No. All we talked about was getting the ball down the field. Loved visiting with him yesterday.
And a big smile on his face when he was talking about it. Richardson again called on. Will take it down to the 5-yard line, and another flag goes down. 3 consecutive flags have been thrown and 2 plays have been run with 7:36 left to go here in the 4th. This is a big series here for Appalachian State.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 50 offense. Penalized half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Just right here trying to get things in shape. But we talked about the triplets for Appalachian State. You see the rushing yards for Amani Edwards and 1 touchdown to go along with it. Kevin Richardson, his big night as well, over 100 yards. And then Mayfield right here with the 60 yards receiving. Hadn't gotten himself into the end zone, but he certainly contributed in the passing game.
Here goes Richardson again to the goal line. Not over it, though. Did not break the plane as he got hit right there at the line. He has had a 4-touchdown game this season. It came against Furman on October 28th. He had 4 touchdowns on the ground, and I got a feeling he's going to get a chance to do that again in this game.
Yeah, pretty much it turned this game over to the offensive line and the guys up front and spreading them out. You got 2 receivers down here in the slot, but it's going to be Kevin Richardson or Amani Edwards, who you show it inside. If everybody bites down, then he's going to keep it, Armani Edwards. If not, then he'll just go ahead and give it.
Second down from the 1, and touchdown. He's got another one. Richardson carries it in. He is piling them up today, and that may be the put away. 37-17.
And the ultimate team guy. Yeah, all he talked about yesterday was his teammates, and I just trust the guys in front of me. He talked about a good offensive line right here. Trusting your offensive line, staying the course, getting in there behind those good blocks, and get yourself into the end zone.
He has had 29 carries for 131 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. The extra point attempt is up. It is good. His 24th rushing touchdown of the season. Kevin Richardson, a star. His club up 38-17.
A little bit.
The seedings have held up so far as Appalachian State, the winner of this game, will play the winner of the Illinois Youngstown game, which is now 7-7 in the second quarter. Massachusetts won today over New Hampshire, and Montana beat Southern Illinois. So number 3 plays number 2 in that matchup.
Kind of a surprising New Hampshire's second year in a row going out in the second round. Ricky Santos, a talented player at New Hampshire.
Line drive kick goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line. It did not make it into the end zone. So it's going to be Montana State needing now for some big plays in a hurry with only 6:39 left to go here in the 4th. And right where the defense wants it, they can just play prevent.
Yeah, they're going to have to take some chances here, maybe put Jack Rolovich in the shotgun and take some shots down the field, try to get some plays in bunches, maybe a draw play or a screen underneath as Appalachian State stays aggressive and trying to get to the quarterback. So you may be able to hit them underneath a little bit. Nice little draw play or a screen and then go up top.
Ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line. Montana State gets it first down at 10. Rolovich has Mason in the backfield with him and 2 receivers to the short side, the near side of the field. The fake to Mason. The look down the sideline. Into traffic. Double coverage over there down near the 30. That is incomplete for Wheaton.
Well, let's take a look at Omar Byram, the inside presence defensively for Appalachian State. You see him here. Nice little up the field route move and then a rip underneath. Getting to Jack Rolovich here. A second sack and just kind of one-handing, manhandling him to the ground right here. Just barely avoiding a safety, Jack Rolovich, but he has played an outstanding ball game in the center of that defense. Omar Byram, the senior defensive tackle.
He had a big game last week, 5 tackles in their win that they picked up against Coastal Carolina, and another big game here.
Yeah, you hear so much about the defensive ends for Appalachian State, you forget about Omar Byram.
Second down and 10. Rolovich back. Gets some coverage. Flags go down. He was still looking to pass, and he'll be driven out of bounds hard near the line of scrimmage by Pierre Banks, who ran him right down the line.
Yeah, this is going to be a hole, though, against Montana State. And I just think Jack Rolovich, he's taking some punishment tonight that really kind of bringing it on himself. You get outside the pocket, nobody's open. You don't have to take those shots. Throw the football away.
Rolovich, 5-1 as a starter since taking over this year.
Holding. Number 73 offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
That's big Joe Hurts, the right tackle, and he's had his hands full all night long with Marcus Morrell, Omar Byram lining up. When they stunt, you know, he gets matched up on one of the two, and it's been a long, long night for Joe Hurts.
And for Dr. Ken Peacock, the chancellor.
He's full of energy, isn't he?
He has been the #1 cheerleader. Has had the trophy out there you saw earlier from their championship last year. This is going to bring up a second down and a 20 after the penalty is marked off. Rolovich, quarterback draw to the 30. Mason, oof, boy, did he run into his own blocker. He got Michael Jefferson was standing in front of him, and he tried to run right up his back and ended up bouncing off. And he'll be nowhere near a first down nor the original line of scrimmage at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, he's talking about 26. You see that on the sign. It's that 26th consecutive win at home, and they want to know who's next. They're calling them out.
They are, yeah.
Calling them out.
They are ready to rock and roll. Appalachian State's got a great history with that national championship last year.
Yeah.
Their 14th playoff that they've been involved in. They draw some 22,000 people for regular season games. Great number for them here. A whistle before the snap got off.
Play clock, it looks like. Just snowballing.
Dead ball foul. Delay of game. Number 12 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
That's just snowballing for Montana State. But when we talked to Jerry Moore last night or yesterday and asked him, you know, how is it that you're able to maintain the level of success at Appalachian State? And he says, you know what, it's just kind of been that walk-on history. We have good walk-ons, guys that come here, they walk on, they end up on scholarship. But if he gets that from his time period that he spent at Nebraska. And so, you know, everybody knows about the history of the walk-on program at Nebraska. Well, he's kind of implemented that same deal here at Appalachian State.
And you win a couple of championships, you won't have to worry about the walk-ons. Rolovich again, all game. That has been his story. He is taken down at the 25-yard line. Marcus Morrell, the conference defensive player of the year, second year that he has been an all-conference first team, puts another hit on. And it's going to bring up the 4th down and long yardage.
Yeah, our director, Brad Shelton, actually played for Jerry Moore when he was at Texas Tech for a brief minute before he busted his shoulder up. Boy, he's had some success, and he's got it certainly pointed right in the right direction here at Appalachian State.
And Montana State's going to have to kick here. The snap is high. It'll be booted from the 15-yard line. And just let that one bounce. And it will be downed at the 38-yard line. Appalachian State with the 38-17 lead. They've got the football with only 4:05 to go, ready to celebrate the second win of this playoff year. Let's see any of those fans fans that don't have shirts on here at our game. They are there.
I don't think so. Not tonight.
Our championship game presented by ESPN on ESPN2 by Enterprise. And great to have you with us with 4:04 left to go. Appalachian State. And they've got a new quarterback, Trey Elder, the junior, has come on. He thought he might be the starter for the entire season, but with that Amante Edwards coming on the way he did, the freshman took the job. Elder gets a chance to play. They'll drive that one straight ahead up over the 40-yard line as Devin Moore, the freshman, on the carry. He's had a couple of big plays in this game. There is Trey Elder. He is a junior out of Duncan, South Carolina.
Burns High School, good program there, and 50% passer on the year.
Elder has had 10 appearances now, 2 starts.
He actually started the national championship game last year for Appalachian State. He's got a little experience, but Amante Edwards, you just can't say enough about the job. Even after the turnovers he had in this football game, the job he did tonight.
The 18-year-old regrouped after the mistakes in the first half and got it going. Again, the straight-ahead dive will be carried to the 44. That is Moore again. Rushing yardage, over 276 yards now for Appalachian State. And 236 of those yards have come from Richardson and Edwards, the running back and the quarterback in this game.
Well, you have that kind of success right there. I mean, that's doing it. 281 on the ground, and they talked about throwing the football vertically down the field and staying away from Bobby Daly, the big-time linebacker from Montana State. Well, guess what? They lined up, ran right at him, and had a great deal of success doing so.
They finished on the season 9th in the championship subdivision in rushing. They've done even better than their average. That will be up over the 46-yard line. Elder, the quarterback, on the carry. Obviously trying to let this clock run down with every play. Montana State now will use a timeout to stop the clock with 2:05 left to go. There is Kevin Richardson on the sideline, a 4-touchdown day. Will they have a chance at another championship? Well, maybe. The way they're playing right now. Last year, the Mountaineers went against Northern Iowa in the Division 1A football championship final. The lead changed hands 3 times first half. Kevin Richardson, the man you've seen today, closed them to within a lead of 2. Fourth, Jason Hunter returned a fumble recovery for a go-ahead touchdown. Pick it up, take it in. But Appalachian State, with a win, became the first school in the state of North Carolina to win an NCAA football national championship with a victory over Northern Iowa, 21-16. And they believe, when you talk to them, they've got a better team this year than they had last year because they're more experienced.
Yeah, and a lot of guys coming back or that were second-team players. They got a lot of experience because of all the lopsided wins that they had, got on the field a bunch. And this year, that experience is showing up. And I'll tell you what, they're on a roll. Who's to argue with them?
Got the heaters on. They didn't need them while the game was going on, though. And it was working perfectly well out on the field. With this 4th down, they will punt the football. High kick to be handled at the 23-yard line and an immediate tackle back to the 20. Corey Austin had no chance to move on that one. And this team turns the ball over, but not the lead.
Enterprise rental car for the game.
Who made that hit on the coverage on that punt? He's a backup quarterback. I didn't know backup or starting quarterbacks could do that.
Yeah, we like that. They like contact.
You like that?
Yeah. Nobody thinks the quarterback, a little soft there.
They're right.
Deliver a punch.
We told them to put that sign up, and they did. You owe them $10 now. There is Law as the backup quarterback. 7:15 tip-off, by the way, for that game. And here, Montana State will take over. 1st down and 10. Clock running with 1:41 left to go. And looking to the near sideline, that'll be incomplete, as that one got bounced, intended for Michael Jefferson.
And yeah, just been a long night for Jack Rolovich in terms of timing and things of that sort. Not really trusting the guys up front, of trusting the offense and how things were going to develop, holding the football a little bit too long. Should have thrown it away at times, but he'll gather himself, just a junior.
He got sacked 7 times in this game, and he's going to be a black and blue quarterback when this game is over. A 2nd down and a 10 for Montana State. Appalachian State with a 38-17 lead. You have three receivers. Montana State does on the near side. Over the middle. Boy, Jefferson was lined up to get his clock rung on that one, but he saw the defender coming and reached out. And Seth Breitenstein, who had him lined up, actually took a
Harris
shiver.
as well had him lined up in his sights as well. Wow, I'm telling you, that's a collision that was waiting to happen. And Jefferson is like, wait a minute, hey man, don't set me up like that.
Appalachian State is going to win their 26th consecutive game at home. In doing so, the seniors who are playing on this team have never lost a game here at the Rock.
It's amazing.
That's a fun time when you can say that in the senior class. Here's the 3rd down and 10. Orlovich again steps up, hammers one down the sideline. Jefferson with a great catch, takes it past the 20, the 5, and down to the 8-yard line. Tremendous one-on-one reception that time as he reached up and over Cortez Gilbert and hauled it in.
Yeah, you just wonder why they didn't get to that a little bit earlier. It was certainly out there a mismatch in terms of size on the corners, and it favored Montana State. That's all you got to do. You got a big athletic receiver like Michael Jefferson. You got to find a way to get him the football, and right here, late in the 4th quarter, they finally come up with a shot on the outside.
Their biggest offensive play of the game. That one goes for 70 yards. And with 1:14 left to go, Montana State will get the 1st down and goal. Rolovich again out of that shotgun looking. Gets the rush. Gets away. Has a man in the end zone double teamed. It is batted away at the back of the end zone. They had 2 receivers and 4 defenders over there. Breitenstein jumped up on Wheaton and knocked it away.
Now you still had Cortez Gilbert on this right side matched up again against Michael Jefferson. Just get him the ball. I mean, you take it, you're in the gun, go ahead and just shoot it out there. And he's won the jump ball for you the play before. Give him another shot at it.
There he is working Gilbert on the near side corner with 1:01 left to go.
Now they've got Jefferson in the slot out to the wide side.
Work with no running back. Rolovich looking to the flats. And that's not going to go anywhere. Line of scrimmage. Donnell Wheaton on the catch. Then immediately took the hit. Good play by Leonard Love, who has come into play some cornerback here in the 4th quarter. A loss of 1.
I tell you talk about the speed of Appalachian State on offense. They've impressed me defensively and their speed as well. The defensive line, they're fast. They get off blocks and get to the passer, as well as everyone else, the linebackers as well. Pierre Brown with good speed.
They use that 4-man front to create some problems. That one is going to be incomplete. A tackle just as Jefferson was trying to haul that ball in. That was a good hit by Cortez Gilbert that time. He's just a freshman. He has come on here just to get some playing time in at the end of the 4th quarter with only 20 seconds left to go.
I still like the matchup for Montana State in that situation with Michael Jefferson. And you know what? Guess what? I'd go right back there again. Just give him another shot to come down with a football in the end zone. But I just wonder, you look at a player like that of his caliber and all the success that he's had this season, didn't have a whole lot of touches in this football game.
And don't forget, for these seniors now, for Montana State, this is going to be their final football game, and Jefferson is one of those. He came here as a transfer from Arizona, playing just 1 year here, and not a big year. Orlovich looking to the end zone. It's a 4th down. He's got to get there, and he's not gonna. Heaves it away, and it'll be incomplete. Clock will stay running, and Appalachian State will take over with just 11 seconds left to go in this football game. And for the junior quarterback, Jack Orlovich, it is not the kind of game he hoped he was going to have, as the defense of Appalachian State has really played tough when they've needed to in this game. Even though they've given up 17 points, that's only 3 over the great number that they had for an average during the regular season. That's going to be it. Appalachian State comes away with a victory, 38-17. They have won the first 2 games of this championship subdivision playoff, and they will get another shot at it next week. A big 4-touchdown game for Richardson in the backfield. Kevin Richardson, the second time that he has had a 4-touchdown day. He and the quarterback